The second season has arrived. The playoffs in Texas high school football. It's unlike anything else anywhere in the country. Where else can you get a matchup like this in the first round? The 8-2 Anna Coyotes on the road to face the 7-3 Mansfield Timberview Wolves on Friday Night Football, sponsored by Texas de Brazil. That is where everyone wants to go. AT&T Stadium for the state championships 5 weeks from now. And with that, we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here at historic R.L. Anderson Stadium. Mike Leslie alongside the former Lincoln High and Kansas State linebacker Heckma Harrison. Heckma, the playoffs are here. It is win or go home.
That's a different feeling, and everybody knows it. All of these teams all across the state of Texas know, man, that you got to get it done tonight or it's all over. It's basketball season, as the young folks say. And the deal is it doesn't matter if you're 10-0 or if you barely squeaked into the playoffs. If you get started early and you get on top of that team, man, it could be your night. And that may mean you may become one step closer of getting to AT&T Stadium.
Neither of these two teams squeaked into the playoffs. Both these teams here are bona fide threats in 5A Division II within Region 1. Let's show you the top left quadrant of that Region 1 bracket in 5A Division II. There you see Mansfield Timberview and Anna in the bottom left corner of your screen. Amarillo Paladuro winning last night, so they have already advanced to the second round of the playoffs. They await in the area round for the winner of this one tonight. Melissa and Colleyville Heritage, El Paso Andress, and Wichita Falls Memorial on the other side of this quadrant, waiting to eventually meet up in the regional semifinals. But these two teams coming out of Heckma, two of the toughest districts in the state in 5A Division II. Anna in particular, for 5A Division II, is the toughest district in the state in 5A Division II. But Mansfield Timberview's district is no slouch either. Argyle, the winner of that district, one of the teams that's ranked in the state. Colleyville Heritage, a very talented team as well. And this should be a really, really good matchup. Really, really good news, by the way, here at R.L. Anderson. You may have noticed behind us it was very dark when we came on the air. The lights actually went out a little bit ago.
Yeah.
So they are they were making an announcement to the crowd. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't, hey, the game's getting moved to tomorrow. It does not appear that is the case. The lights have come on. Well, I only say that because Anna's had this experience already once this year. Their game against Lovejoy had to get moved from one stadium to the other. Was going to be a home game, turned into a road game that afternoon because they couldn't get the power to come on at the stadium. So they've been through this already once this year. Yeah. Fortunately, the lights did indeed come on just now here at R.L. Anderson. And it looks like we will be able to kick this game off on time, which there were some nervy moments, I think, for everybody here in Mansfield over the last 10 or 15 minutes when they went out.
Hey, thank you, God, for the lights. But Mike, as you were alluding to, the path that both of these schools went to get here, and Anna is in the District of Doom in 5A, and it is definitely hard for them, and their trail to get here, they had to go through the Argyles, they had to go through the Melissas. And I'm telling you, man, this with the offense that they have and with the playmakers that they have, that should tell you everything that you need to know about their district.
Yeah, Prosper Walnut Grove ranked in the state over the course of this season. Melissa ranked in the state. Anna has been ranked in the state over the course of this season. The other playoff team from that group, Lovejoy, early on this season, if memory serves, was ranked as well. Frisco Emerson, a very good program that is not in the playoffs because of how good this district is. But again, the same can be said about 3-5A Division II. You've got Argyle, who won the district. Mansfield Timberview, because of their head-to-head win by 1 point over Colleyville Heritage early this season on a game-winning field goal in the last minute, gets the tiebreaker in the 2 seed out of this district. Colleyville Heritage, the 3 seed. Arlington Seguin, the 4 seed, a very good Mansfield Summit team at home tonight because of how good 3-5A Division II is. So these two teams are battle-tested coming into tonight. Let's get you our players to watch for this one. First for the visiting Anna Coyotes, and it is their superstar quarterback, Heckma. Ziondre Williams is special.
And all the good things about a guy like this, Williams pretty much runs that offense. He knows it like the back of his hand. His coach has already said, hey, if you want somebody to tell you how our offense works, Ziondre is the guy to ask that question to. I tell you what, man, he is high octane. as far as a passer, but when he decides to tuck and run it, I don't know if there's a lot of guys in the state of Texas who can even run with a guy like that.
You see him on your screen right there, dual threat, just a menace, the kind of guy that makes defensive coordinators stay up at night trying to figure out how to slow this guy down, because he can do so much when they're on schedule, when they're running the play as scripted, but he can do so much when he is ad-libbing and freelancing out there on the field. That's maybe where he's most dangerous.
And that's where I think coaches are most afraid of him. As you talk about things breaking down, your defense can do everything perfect, and you give him a glimmer of light, and he can take it to the house.
Meanwhile, for Mansfield Timberview, their safety, Chance Collins, also plays wide receivers. Kid starts two ways in 5A. That is rare, but he's that good an athlete.
Yeah, the kid has plenty of range and length as well, and that's why everyone wants this kid. I think as a safety is where I really love him and his ball, the way that he tracks and his playmaking ability. I think tonight he's going to have to do double duty. They're going to need him to absolutely ball tonight in order to pull off a victory.
21 receptions, 412 yards, 5 touchdowns on the receiving side, let alone what he does at the position where Texas A&M is saying, hey, come play for us and man the middle of the football field. That's the strength-on-strength matchup tonight, the Anna offense against the Mansfield Timberview defense. I'm equally intrigued, though, by the inverse. When Mansfield Timberview has the football against the Anna defense, that matchup will be fascinating to watch tonight.
Well, I think Stephen Hall is the quarterback that they're going to go with, and they've had some changes at the quarterback position this season, and so they've just pretty much settled with him. They think he gives them the best chance for success. Look, running back wise, they have a couple guys by committee, but here's the deal: when they can throw the ball and they get Chance Collins involved, again, that's what I'm telling you, that he's that dual threat for them, and a guy that, again, short passes, long passes, he can take the top off of your defense as well. You better watch for him.
You will see Stephen Hall as the quarterback for Mansfield Timberview, but you will also see Miles Davis, the senior, who was instrumental early on in the season in kind of a timeshare at that quarterback spot. Hall has won the job, but they still have a package for Miles Davis, and I love this M-Y-L-E-Z, Miles Davis, the second-string quarterback. But again, the packages they have for him, he's a versatile kid, can run the football. He's dangerous out there on the field in his own right, and he will be a factor for Anna's defense to contend with.
Yeah, you can't keep that kid off the field, and I love what Coach Coleman said about him. It's like, look, we have to find packages and ways to get him involved, and look, you just can't have a playmaker like that sitting on the sideline drinking Gatorade.
Coin toss is just moments away. The Anna Coyotes coming out onto the football field. We are just a hair behind schedule because of the lights going out here at R.L. Anderson. But again, the good news is the lights have come on. Everything is brightened up like it's daytime out there. We are ready to go, and we will have football here in just a couple minutes. What are some of the keys in your mind to how this game is going to play out?
Look, for me, it's the Wolves defense having to corral DeAndre Williams. He is just, look, again, everybody out there watching this game, make sure you keep your eyes fixated on this kid. Again, he is a great leader, and like I said, the floor general on the field for this team. And look, if they don't find a way to corral this kid, it will be an absolute long night for them. The Wolves have to contend with what he has.
Coin toss happening right now down on the field. Xavier Velasquez, the referee tonight. Steve Veers, his umpire, talking to the captains. Zyandre Williams, Jaden Parker, Austin Crowley, Peyton Miller, the captains for the Anna Coyotes. Caden Bates, Miles Davis, Cedric Portley, and Chance Collins, the captains for the Timberview Wolves. So Anna has won the toss and deferred. It will be Mansfield Timberview football to start this game. And we will see the Wolves offense out on the field first. Heckma Harrison, it is just about time to go with the Texas high school football playoffs.
Let's get it on.
The rules not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators.
Someone tonight is moving on to the area round. The other one sees their season end. Anna and Mansfield Timberview kickoff right after this on Friday Night Football.
Thanks, Dunkus. the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pumps out, make sure to protect your paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Y'all-itics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans. Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand. This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else. Not to brag, but just to brag a little bit. Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines. Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads. And still counting.
In a world filled with motion, we are the constant. Filled with storms, we are the calm. Filled with uncertainty, we are reassurance. We bring the truth. We bring hope, conviction, a legacy of grit, determination, honesty, and relevant reporting that doesn't just inform, but inspires. We are WFAA.
Friday Night Football, sponsored by Texas de Brazil.
It's the first round of the UIL playoffs. Anna and Mansfield Timberview in by district as Friday Night Football is on the air. Give you a look at how these two teams got here. The district standings: first in District 3 5A Division 2. Mansfield Timberview, the 2 seed, off a 6-2 campaign through district. They won the head-to-head tiebreaker with Colleyville Heritage. Meanwhile, for Anna in District 4, they finished as the 3 seed. 6-2 as well in district. Their only losses coming to the district champ Walnut Grove and the Melissa Cardinals. Anna to kick it away to start this one. Desmar Mariquin to send it deep. Davin Hall, Tristan Shaw deep to return. One of 63 games in the 5A Division 2 bracket that will play out over the next 36 days to decide a champion. Anna in Timberview underway in Mansfield, and a touchback as Mariquin pounded that one to the back of the end zone.
Man, that kid has a boot. That's one thing that we've discovered here early. Goodness.
So out to the 25 it comes. And Stephen Hall, the starting quarterback for Mansfield Timberview, leading an offense that averages 33 a game. The sophomore taking over, just 15 years old, but having a very strong season. First and 10 from the 25. The handoff, bottled up in the interior is Jacoby Easter. No gain on the play. Caden Banks with the stop.
And Mike, this is where the Wolves are going to have to be really good, and that's up front in their offensive line.
You see the defense for the Anna Coyotes giving up 19.6 points per game this season. A gain of just a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. But a penalty on the play. I did not see the signal from Xavier Velasquez, our white hat, but very clearly a 15-yard penalty against Anna that will walk it all the way out to the 41-yard line. Let us know in the YouTube comments where you're watching from tonight. Up the middle it goes once again with Coleman. Beg your pardon, Jacoby Easter.
3 yards on the run to the 44-yard line. 2nd down, 7 to go.
One of my favorite linebackers to watch this season has been number 11, Jaden Parker.
Easter falling forward to the 47-yard line is where they'll spot him, and it'll be 3rd down and short. This Timberview Wolves program, new look under first-year head coach Jacoby Coleman, coming over from Skyline. 3 strong seasons there, took over a program that was struggling. They went 0-10 his first year, but then 2-8 the second year, 4-6 the third year, showing that growth, and now he takes over at Mansfield Timberview. Easter, bottled up, surges forward. They're going to mark him at the 48. He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down and at least 2, maybe 3.
You see number 31, Austin Crowley. He's scraping from the linebacker position, coming across Jacoby Easter's face to get the tackle. This is going to bring up a early 4th down here for the Wolves, and it does not look like...
Well, it does not look like Timberview's punting. Miles Davis, the backup quarterback, the senior, the runner of the 2 quarterbacks. Stephen Hall does not take off and run it much. Miles Davis out there, but he is set back a little bit. Perhaps Davis will kick it. Now a timeout called by Jacoby Coleman.
Like they were having some personnel issues, the Coyotes.
Michael Hall in the YouTube comments, a regular viewer, says he's out at Ranger Stadium tonight for Arlington Lamar and Dallas Jesuit. But a regular viewer here on Friday Night Football as well. We appreciate you tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. Faux5 says he's at the game tonight, but also tuning in on YouTube. We appreciate that. Now we do see Timberview out of the timeout come out in punt formation. Caden Bates, the punter. Israel Johnson deep to return. Low snap. He's able to get away. Can he run for the 1st down? Spinning, pushing, and he will have the 1st down based on that spot. What a play by Caden Bates to pick up the 1st down. That was by no means a designed fake, but just an athlete making a play, scooping up the fumbled snap and picking up the 1st down.
Man, this is a kid that is improvising. And right here, this is just who wants it more. And Caden Bates raises his hand and says, I do. What a pickup there for the Wolves. By accident?
Hey, serendipity at its finest for Jacoby Coleman's team, and the Wolves maintain possession. 1st and 10 at the 48 in Anna territory. Hall stepping up, pressured and taken down. Crashing through for the sack is Caden Banks.
Yeah, big Caden Banks, and you see him coming across, and he is trying to, he has a tackle. I thought that was a tight end. I'm sorry, that is the tackle that is on him, Ethan Sanchez, and just can't stay with him.
A loss of a yard on the play. Hall did a nice job to minimize the loss. Pop pass over the middle, right on target. On the run to Tristan Shaw, the UCLA commit. Out of bounds inside the 15.
Boy, did they catch these guys sleeping, and Tristan Shaw on the post Great delivery by the sophomore Stephen Hall. Hit him in stride, and nothing the Coyotes can do. Lucky that they did not give up a touchdown right there.
37 yards on the hookup, the RPO. That is a key piece of the game for Timberview. That is what they do offensively, and it works to perfection right there. Off right guard, Cedric Portley falls forward inside the 10, a gain of 3.
Yeah, again, they're going to go with this by committee approach, and Jacoby Easter, as Coach Coleman said, look, he has given them a spark. Although he is small, this young man does hit the hole fast and hard. Cedric Portley, the senior, 5'10", 185 pounds. A little bit of the same.
Second down and 7, high snap. They do get it down, though, and the handoff to Portley, pushing his way to the 5. The Anna defensive front able to stack him up there. Little extra from Jaden Parker as he and Portley got tangled up at the end of the play. And already these two teams are jaw-jacking a little bit. The playoffs. There's a little more on the line now.
Yeah, it's the playoffs. It's just different. And, you know, look, the environment is going to be changed, and the intensity ratcheted up, and you can tell from the parents and everybody in this stadium.
Third down and 3. They can get a first down without scoring. Inside the 2-yard line. Davis inside that 2-yard line to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Mansfield Timberview. The Wolves strike first.
How about the patience on this run? And he is just, Miles Davis, man, playing all the notes to get into the end zone, and way to go for the Wolves to start things off.
The short touchdown run, now the 2-point conversion as well, and an 8-0 start for Mansfield Timberview. Heckma paying off the fumbled snap of the punt and the first down run by Caden Bates, just being an athlete and making a play, and they're able to turn that into 8 points.
If you're Coach Seth Parr, man, that's the kind of stuff that makes you want to rip your hair out, because you had them, you forced the 4th down, and then it is a snap, a bobbled snap, that you think you're going to tackle these guys for a tremendous loss. You're going to be in plus territory to put your offense out there, and you give up the first down, and then not only that, you allow this team to march it down the field on you and get the score. Hold on. And a 2-point conversion. So, yeah, I think some guys the alarm clock needs to go off right now.
Miles Davis twisting his way into the end zone from 5 yards out, and it is an 8-0 start for Mansfield Timberview on their home field.
Wow. Way to come out, though. Again, sometimes, you know, when tragedy happens, you just don't succumb to it. You try and make something happen, and that's exactly what they did. Caden Bates, you talk about giving that kid some kudos on that drive. If it were not for him and that second just reach for him out to, oh my goodness.
Just that close to not picking up the first down, but they do. And it's 8-0 Mansfield Timberview. Jose Hernandez to kick it deep. On the return, Jaden Parker, the speedy linebacker, on his way to Arizona. Run out of bounds and a flag late in the play. And it looks like there's going to be 15 more tacked on to this one.
Look, we said it was chirpy, and these kids obviously playoff football. Things are definitely intense, but that's what you got to watch out for both of these squads. You can't have the self-inflicted stuff start to happen, and you definitely can't give up that kind of yardage to this Anna Coyotes offense.
So the penalty will walk the football all the way to the 47-yard line. So terrific starting field position for Zyondre Williams and the Anna Coyotes offense, averaging 47 points per game. Not the unit that you want to give great field position. Williams well protected all day to scan and look, but just has to throw it away. Good coverage downfield by the Timberview defense.
And you want to call that a coverage sack, but it's not. It's just when Williams is surveying the field, can't find anything. I think I'm surprised that he didn't take off with it.
That is absolutely his penchant, but a good job by the Timberview front to keep him hemmed in where he didn't see an alleyway. Just had to throw it away. 2nd down and 10. Handoff for Pharrell Brown, twisting his way to the 50, but then canceled out right there. Chapo Chavez at the bottom of the pile, the leading tackler for Timberview. Only 5'6", but 185 pounds, and their head coach, Jacody Coleman, told us this week, Heckma, he will hit you.
He is what I call a sawed-off linebacker. Number 44, El Chapo Chavez, the boss.
They set up the tunnel screen here, but nowhere to go for Cormon Houston, the freshman. A loss of a yard on the play, and it's 4th down for Anna in a blink.
Caden Bates out there, the guy, the punter. He is a little bit more than just a punter. The defensive tackle, man, he is snuffing that out.
And a rather unbelievable start to this one. Got to be thrilled with this beginning if you are Jacody Coleman and the Timberview Wolves. Another low snap, but able to get the punt away. Bounces out of bounds. Good punt by Deshaun Porter. They'll mark it at the 20, but Timberview with a dream start, Heckma. Touchdown drive, capitalizing on the run on that 4th down low snap to Caden Bates with the touchdown run from Miles Davis, and now a 3-and-out.
Mike, I think it was imperative that they came out and they started fast, and you saw that obviously with the punt. We could talk about that all day, but they got it done and they scored. I think now, again, that takes some of the nervous energy out of the game for them once they got, points on the board. Now they score again. Uh-oh.
1st and 10 at the 20. Hall looking up the near sideline. Off target, looking for Jacoby Easter.
That's great coverage by your linebacker, Austin Crowley, on the outside.
2nd down, 10 to go.
Jacody Coleman feels like his team has gotten progressively better throughout the season. They lost 2 close games early on, back in early September. 20-12 against a very good Denton Ryan team. 35-27 in their district opener against the eventual district champion Argyle. Since then, only 1 loss on the register. Hall had the snap go through his hand. He's able to chase it down, though. Gets the throw away in the direction of Kobe Gooden. Incomplete, and no damage there. Stephen Hall, the sophomore, Heckma, keeping his cool here.
And that play was disastrous, but you got to give Anna a ton of credit on defense by staying disciplined and staying in the lanes and not giving up the big play.
3rd down and 10 now. You will hear the vuvuzelas all night long when Timberview has the football. That is the Anna fans. The purple trumpets throughout the crowd. 3rd and 10. Hall's going to load up and go deep. Single coverage down the right sideline, looking for Caden Bates. Incomplete. Beg your pardon, Tristan Shaw, number 10, not 0, the target. Nearly hauled it in, but it's 4th down, and Timberview will have to punt.
And Mike, it looked like he had a step as that ball comes off of Hall's hand, trying to get it to the boundary, but got to give Israel Johnson some credit, really closing out that space as the ball is coming into the receiver's hands.
So now again, they'll have to punt it away. Watch this snap. Oh, and a false start even before the snap. Last time Timberview lined up to punt, the snap from Elijah Agbadewu rolled its way back there. We'll see if this snap here on 4th and 15 is more on target because it needs to be high, but they get it away, nearly blocked, may have gotten a piece of it. It did get blocked just a little bit. It rolls its way out of bounds at the 22. Ace Trailer soaring through to get a piece of the punt, and Anna's going to have terrific field position.
Boy, special teams already playing a role in this game here early, and Ace Trailer, boy, he was a centimeter of getting his hands on that thing, and it may have, possibly knocking it backwards, but good job and great field position to start now for Anna.
And that's another play that was impacted, frankly, by the snap. Because of the previous snap being low, more on the minds of the deep snapper for Timberview. It was kind of looped back there to make sure it was high enough to get to the punter, but it was slower as a result and gave Trailer the time to get there. So Anna set up 1st and 10 at the 22. Williams, end zone shot, one-on-one, twisting his way through. Good coverage, and yes, there is a flag late in the play. The field judge nearest to the play did not throw the flag, but the back judge does. Those two are going to talk this over real quick. Alexei Wall, the field judge near side, didn't throw the flag, but the back judge, Sam Wicks, threw the flag for pass interference. That will bring the football to the 8-yard line.
It looked like
the 15-yard penalty, and it's 1st and goal for Anna.
Looked like an obvious PI.
There was a lot of contact.
Yeah, here it is right here. And Williams, plenty of air under the ball. Trying to go back shoulder here, but great job by Keyshawn Miles, a kid that just started playing football.
Just this year was a former basketball player, still is a good basketball player. They're going to go far side, incomplete, looking for Miles once again. Geraci Martin, the junior corner, 5'10", 156, 4 interceptions on the season for Timberview to lead the team. Jacody Coleman expected earlier this week when we spoke with him for Martin to have a big night because he knew, hey, nobody wants to throw at Davin Hill, the UTSA commit, and certainly nobody wants to throw at Chance Collins, the Texas A&M commit, but he said Martin is up to the task and can make some plays. 2nd and goal. Surging forward is the linebacker, Jaden Parker, in there to take the carry. His 18th carry of the season. They will use him in these short yardage situations. Sets up 3rd and goal from the 5.
And I think because of injuries now, Ace Trailer, a guy that we've called the game, and he was the running back. He and Farrell Brown share in the backfield. Now they're having to get other guys involved in the running game.
They do put Trailer out there at running back right now on 3rd and goal. Williams flushed forward. Zy Williams scanning, looking, back corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Cormond Houston, the freshman, and Anna responds.
Oh, Cormond Houston on the score, back of the end zone, and the flag comes out because Cormond Houston spikes the ball. And
you could hear one of the coaches hollering, that's some selfish stuff. It is a touchdown for Anna, but it is an unsportsmanlike penalty after the touchdown, and that will impact where the Coyotes kick off from. Zy Williams, touchdown pass number 34 of the year. Cormond Houston with his 6th touchdown reception. This one comes from 5 yards away, just as the touchdown run for Miles Davis did. And the extra point for Anna is up and through. And it is an 8-7 tally. 4:42 to play. 1st quarter. We may just have a good one brewing here on Friday Night Football.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Friday Night Football, sponsored by Texas Day Brazil. Celebrate with us. Special occasions deserve unforgettable experiences. From intimate date nights to large gatherings, Texas Day Brazil is the perfect place to celebrate life's milestones in style. 8-7. Mansfield Timberview with the lead. A little over 7 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Anna paying off the blocked punt by Ace Traylor to find the end zone for the first time tonight and make it a 1-point game. Desmar Mariquin with a massive leg, able to send this one all the way to the 3. David Hill, dangerous with the football in his hand, spins his way out across the 30. Bang down there by Pharrell Brown, but a nice return of 30 yards. And a decent starting field position spot here for Timberview's offense.
How about the acrobatic catch here from Hill over the shoulder on the kickoff? Man, I think that Anna's lucky that that ball only gets back to the 30. And really fortunate to have as great a kicker as they have.
Because as good a kick as it was, because it was such a far kick, it stretches your coverage team out.
Yes, it does.
There was an opportunity there for David Hill. And he put a nice return on that one of 30 even, out to the 33. 1st and 10, handoff for Jacoby Easter, trying to get out the back door, dragged down from behind. A nice tackle by Cash Williams. Otherwise, there was a lot of running room out there.
Boy, it really did look like there was going to be a space and opportunity, and Cash Williams comes to save the day. You see right here, the edge is not set. Well, no, it is. Cash Williams lucky to keep one arm free and enough to bring the runner down.
2nd down and 4. Again, Brown on the carry, this time with nowhere to go. May have lost about a foot, and it's 3rd down.
So it is, again, the battle for both of these squads is going to happen down in the trenches. For the Wolves, if they could establish this running game, I think that's going to set their minds at ease about what they can do for the rest of the game.
3rd down and 4. Hall, deep shot, again with single coverage, looking over the top, on the money for Chance Collins, and he'll score. Texas A&M, you got a good one coming to College Station. Collins on the deep ball, and Mansfield Timberview's back in the end zone.
For all of you that want to know, this is what they call taking the top off of the defense, and Chance Collins does exactly that, walking the dog, ladies and gentlemen, into the end zone. And Mike, I agree. Texas A&M has them a really good one.
Buddy, he is speed personified, absolutely a weapon. And what a ball from Stephen Hall, by the way.
Absolutely.
Terrific throw.
Plenty of air on that thing, and just allows Collins to walk under it. Here's the replay for Hall. You talk about the ball, pretty much a 3-step drop, and he dropped that thing in a bucket. He could have just walked it out there and handed it to him. Great throw by Stephen Hall.
61 yards on the touchdown hookup from Stephen Hall to Chance Collins. It's the 14th touchdown pass of the year for Hall. Collins with his 6th touchdown reception. 15-7, Mansfield Timberview with the lead. Excalibur Iron Force 9908 says good evening everyone in the YouTube comments. Sean Datchin fired up about the Anna touchdown a little bit ago. Stephen White 8277 just says Wolves exclamation point. Mr. Billy Bathgate 5 says disrespectful coverage on Chance Collins. Get that man some help up top. Chance Collins is a tough kid to cover, and he just showed why right there. 15-7, Timberview with the lead. 3:26 in the fourth, only a minute and 16 seconds off the clock between the Anna touchdown from Williams to Houston and that Hall to Chance Collins connection. Fair catch called for and made at the 24-yard line. They'll walk it forward a foot to the 25, tantamount to a touchback as Braden Spinks called for the fair catch. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Zy Williams and company from that 25-yard strike.
Well, when is Zai going to go into the phone booth, Mike? That's what I'm expecting. We've called the game. We know exactly who this kid is. And, again, it's his legs. His arm, he's throwing it a lot here in the first quarter, but we know his legs really does get it done for Anna.
He is the epitome of a dual-threat quarterback. Pressure, dances away. Speaking of donning the cape, hits a wide-open Keyshawn Miles, and Miles has got the sideline. Tight-roping his way. There is a flag down. They are going to get a hold on Rowan Nylander, and this is going to come back a little bit. The touchdown's going to get wiped out. It will be a big gain for Anna, but Nylander gets hit with the hold.
Oh, my gosh. And I think for me, Rowan Nylander, if we catch him out here on the outside, I mean, he's just doing what wide receivers do.
You may see it in this angle. I know you'll see it in the top-down angle. Yeah, it's after you see the flag fly in there, the tail end. This will be a good look at it.
Hey, when you raise your arms, you're just going to give it away when you do that, okay? I'm guilty. Right here at the end. Either way, I mean, that's going to erase a big gain. How badly did Anna need that?
They mark it right at the 50 and right up the middle. Pharrell Brown surges forward for 6. It really works out to be a 50-yard penalty.
Yes, it does. I mean,
officially,
yikes.
Obviously, a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, but
a great job finding Keyshawn Miles in space.
that play, though, was an example of exactly what you're talking about, the skill set of Zyondre Williams and his ability to get away. 2nd down and 4. Trying to go to work again. Dances his way around, flips it over the top, puts it on Jaden Parker, and here goes Jaden Parker, the Arizona commit, tiptoeing his way through the secondary, inside the 25. Who says that young man's a linebacker? Give him the football.
Well, he says he's a linebacker, okay? And I don't know if linebackers are supposed to be able to do stuff like that. Maybe I'm just a little jealous, but then he's cutting back across the field. What about that vision right there from the big fella?
And another terrific play from Zyondre Williams.
Yikes.
Evading the pressure and then just toying with the defender.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Just making him make a decision. You going to come take me or are you going to cover Jaden Parker? Because I'm going to make you wrong no matter which one you pick.
And you saw they were going for him.
1st and 10 at the 23. Pressure coming off the edge. Williams on the RPO. Going to take off and run for it. Gets to the sideline. Somehow gets the corner. He's just too fast.
And he has Caden Bates coming from the outside. Excuse me, not Caden Bates. Here's the number 1 coming from the outside. And Tristan Douglas thinks he's going to either sack him or he's going to tackle him from behind. And that's Williams just saying, look, I'm going to take my time, even though I'm feeling the pressure coming from my left side. You got to be a cool customer to do stuff like that.
He knows his own feet. 2nd down and a couple. Trying to get away again. This time they got him. Rayshawn Williams able to keep a hold of Zyondre Williams, and a big loss back to the 36.
Huge loss right there, and man, better be careful with that ball. Also for Zy Williams.
It's going to be 3rd down. Is it 3rd and 20, 3rd and 19? With a minute to play here in this first quarter. Pressure on Williams, steps up again, gets away, right up the middle. Zy Williams inside the 10, 1st down and then some. Out of bounds inside the 5.
Oh my God. Look at this. Okay, so first of all, he's being pressured from the outside. He sees this gaping hole open up, and defensively, these guys are just trying to figure out where he is. But look at this move right here. Oh, stutter step and pushes. I mean, look, Martin is like, I'm just going to tackle this guy, get him out of bounds, and he ends up eating turf.
Ziandre Williams, superstar. First and goal. Handoff Parker, surging forward. Get out of his way. Touchdown, Anna.
Yeah, that's the linebacker right there. That's the linebacker portion coming out when he just bulldozes over another linebacker. Jaden Parker saying, move, get out the way. 11 on 11 casualty right there.
Touchdown, Anna. They pay off the heroics of Zy Williams. They'll kick the PAT to make it a one-point game yet again with 39 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Kick is up and through for Mariquin. 15-14. Zy Williams is that dude.
Yeah, he is. I was asking the question, when is he going to put his cape on? And you saw it right there on this run. And Williams, you can't give this kid this kind of space. And I'm sure they have a spy on him, but it still isn't doing you any good. He has the big loss, gives up all of that yardage on the sack, and gains it all right back in one play.
4 touchdowns in the opening quarter here in the bi-district round of the 5A D2 playoffs. An electrifying start for Anna and Mansfield Timberview. We had a feeling that this game was going to be tight. We had a feeling this game was going to be very competitive. 2 really good teams out of 2 outstanding districts. But it is playing out just as we may have expected, except for just pointier than I would have thought right out of the gates.
Yeah, and you got to give the Wolves some credit because their young quarterback, he is out here going blow for blow with Zy Williams.
Yeah.
And it may not be this aesthetically look the same, but he's leading the charge.
Another touchback rather from Mariquin. Yeah, one of the question marks I had on our preparation from this week. Can Timberview score with Anna? So far, the answer is yes. Now, this is an Anna offense that averages 47 per game, that hung 79 on Frisco Liberty a week ago. 56 against Memorial, 49 against Denison, 38 against Walnut Grove, 56 against Emerson, 63 against Independence. They've put up huge points all season long. But Timberview's right there with them, matching them blow for blow.
Yeah, this is, again, I think you got to get some help on the outside on Chance Collins right away. Oof. As that ball just, Kobe Gooden just couldn't track it.
Gooden, the senior wide receiver. 10 receptions for $130 on the year.
What'd you call those noisemakers again? What'd you call those?
The vuvuzelas. Remember from the World Cup about 15 years ago?
The vuvuzelas. Okay.
Vuvuzelas when they had the, I want to say when they had the World Cup in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Hall spins away, lost the football. Just has to pounce on it, made the smart play to just dive on that football and make sure he retained possession. I think he must have bounced it off his knee as he spun around.
Boy, may have had an opportunity down the field with Braylon Barnett, and boy, that's just unfortunate. Defensively, man, I think this is one of those downs you got to come after this young quarterback.
Imagine trying to focus on the play call as those are blowing away in the stands. That's the final play of quarter number 1. 3rd and 20 for Timberview when we return. An exciting first 12 minutes here on Friday Night Football.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delcas.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas. So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans.
Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand.
This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag,
but just to brag a little bit.
Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
Start of the second quarter, 15-14. Mansfield Timberview with a narrow lead. Heckma Harrison, why have they been so sharp here in the early going?
I tell you, they've made the big plays and obviously even turned, misfortune into fortune for them. Like, they just got to continue to stay behind this young quarterback. Obviously, the fumble took a big chunk of yards out here, but man, it's going to take a big play to get them a first down.
They need the 35 to move the chains here. Hall's going to hand it off to Easter to try to set up the quarter, the draw, and he's got some room. He's going to have the first down and then some. They catch him napping with the draw. Jacoby Easter into Anna territory. A brilliant play call from Eric Stevens, and it works to perfection.
Yeah, that is the epitome of catching them napping. And it's blocked up perfectly, and they get a hat on Caden Parker, and just like that, wow, how about that, man? That's number 23, Davin Hill.
Oh, was that Hill 23, not Easter? My apologies. Davin Hill showing off the speed. Hill again on the carry, gets out the back door, hung on to just barely by Cash Williams to keep that from being another big gain. Davin Hill, the senior corner, committed to UTSA, a 3-star commit. They will use him out of the backfield from time to time, and they do there in a key spot.
And I see why. I mean, when he got to space, you could see him cut on the accelerator.
Second down and 4 for Timberview. They convert on a 3rd and 20. Hall steps forward, evades the rush, downfield, off target, looking for Braylon Barnett. A flag down at the 43-yard line. It's going to be a hold against the Timberview offense.
Yeah, without that hold, Stephen Hall would have been on his backside.
Xavier Velasquez, one of the finest officials in the area, the secretary of the Dallas Football Officials Association. The white hat tonight leading up our 7-man crew. After the penalty, 2nd down and 14, right back at that 50-yard stripe. Hall pressured, they set up the screen. Read well though, and canceled out. What a play by Bassett Adesoun.
For all you linebackers out there or rush ends, look at the way number 33 plays this. This is perfect. He doesn't waste any movement, reads and reacts. Great job forcing another 3rd down. Can this Anna defense get off the field?
3rd down and 14 now. They've already got a 3rd and 20 conversion in this game. Of course, Timberview had the big 4th down conversion on a snap that went low to the punter, Caden Bates, and he ran for the first down. Now they set up the screen for Shaw. Has blockers in front. Shaw breaks to the near side. Can he get away? Gets loose again. Shaw works his way around to the 30. First down and then some, out of bounds at the 20.
Wow. And I asked the question, can this Anna defense get off the field? And apparently not. When you're running plays like that and you have playmakers that can turn nothing into something, like Tristan Shaw just did.
Ace Traylor had him wrapped up, seemed to have him brought down, and yet still Tristan Shaw able to break away, and it's 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Hall, pump and go, single coverage, far sideline, off the helmet of the defensive back, Braden Spinks, and incomplete.
Great read right there on the outside by Braden Spinks. He's man-to-man on the outside. Back and forth we go, Mike.
First round of the UIL playoffs here in North Texas, the power nexus for Texas high school football. We have seen, Heckma, so much over the course of the last several years how North Texas has dominated the state playoffs. Last year, less so. We saw Smithson Valley win a state championship in 5A Division I. We saw Vandegrift win 6A Division II. It was less dominant a year ago for North Texas, but certainly an opportunity for the teams up here to have another fine season at AT&T Stadium 5 weeks from now in the state championships. Several teams expected to be there in Arlington, just 14 miles up the road, contending for a title.
Yeah, everyone and everybody wants to be there. If you are a high school football player, you dream of playing on that surface. I tell you, man, 5A is loaded with a ton of talent from North Texas. 6A D2 is loaded as well. And obviously you have the Duncanvilles of the world, so that never changes.
Duncanville and Allen and North Crowley.
Yes.
North Crowley, to me, doesn't look quite the same this year. Certainly last year's team was otherworldly, so they were never going to look to that level again. But I have questions there. I don't know if Allen may be the favorite in that district, as this is Miles Davis taking the snap, trying to follow a blocker, but really well read by Austin Crowley and Dre Young, and he's dropped for a loss.
Yeah, they read that, and they know anytime he comes in, that package specifically for Davis, great job tracking and not allowing him to get out the back door.
Davis with 5 rushing touchdowns on the year to go with his 8 passing scores. But certainly when he comes on the field, they are more likely to run it with the quarterback as compared to Stephen Hall, who does not run very much at all. And yet another 3rd and long here for Timberview. They have converted a 3rd and 20 on this drive. They have converted a 3rd and 14. And now they have yet another 3rd down and 14, and is going to call timeout before this one.
Another timeout here early in the second quarter, and it's just personnel issues that they're having. They brought in Ziondre Williams as a cornerback. He has to come off of the sideline. Obviously something they saw in the package immediately. They were trying to get substitutions, and they ended up having to burn another one.
We have seen Anna do this already once this season. We saw them against Prosper Walnut Grove, and they brought Ziondre Williams out to play cornerback in that game as well, because he is such a terrific athlete and makes them better on the defensive side of the ball. And certainly tonight, everything is on the line. There you see Seth Parr, their brilliant head coach. His 5th year as the Anna head coach led them to a state championship with Ziondre Williams as the starting quarterback as a sophomore back in 2023 in 4A Division I. And their first 2 seasons in 5A D2 have been very strong as well. 9-4 a year ago, 6-2 in this district, just as they are this year. Looking to make another deep playoff run in Zy Williams' senior year.
Big 3rd down coming up.
They need the 9-yard line to move the chains.
We got some confusion going on out here defensively.
Hall pressured. They pick it up. Hall pressured again. This time he won't get away. Dragged backward by Jaden Parker and company. 4th down for Timberview.
And look at Parker's shoulder pass, because he is getting held. They didn't call it, but my goodness, that's the only way you could try and stop him, and he still gets to your quarterback.
The Arizona commit screaming off the edge, running right through what could have, been a hold on Chandrick Brown. And finally, Anna gets the 3rd down and long stop they had been trying in vain to find all through this drive. And it's 4th and 32. Mind the snap here. High. They do get the punt away this time. Fielding it at his own 4 and bobbling it. Still loose inside the 3. A pile at the 2-yard line. Who's got the football? Timberview says they do. Officials say it's Timberview football. First and goal, Wolves inside the 5.
Unbelievable. The fortune that the Wolves are having right now. Jaden Parker just bobbles it, man, and just can't get back on top of it. Great job by that coverage team coming up with the loose ball.
Unreal. And a whole mess of purple jerseys down there. Maroon jerseys, I should say, to squeeze that football. And just like that, it is first and goal at the 2. Everything is coming up Timberview tonight. Miles Davis in there at quarterback. Deep snap. Pushes forward, he's pushed back. Dropped for a loss of 2.
I mean, this Anna defense, just when they have a sigh of relief, they finally stop them on 3rd down. They get the big sack. And, wow. And I was thinking that Jaden Parker was going to allow that one to roll into the end zone.
Fielding it at his 4-yard line alone was a frankly questionable decision, and it did not pay off for him. Second and goal from the 4. Davis set a full 5 yards back of the line of scrimmage. Looking, he's going to try and run for it, and he gets nowhere. Terrific tackle by Brennan Williams. Another loss on the play, and it's 3rd and goal. A loss of 1.
And this is your safety playing up close in the box here and chasing down very talented runner in Miles Davis.
Brennan Williams, who plays that bandit position in the Anna defense, kind of half safety, half linebacker type vibe for Williams. His 4th tackle for loss on the year.
Another big 3rd down here for Anna's defense.
And before that, a timeout called by Jacody Coleman. That is his final timeout of this first half. Anna still with 2. 7:07 remaining. But Jacody Coleman certainly understanding the importance of this moment. His team given a gift, frankly, with that muffed punt. You have to capitalize with 7.
Yes, you do. It's just, this is just when you get down into the red zone, and especially with the way that Anna has been giving you the ball back, you have to capitalize and make them pay for their mistakes. So don't blame him for calling the timeout. You do still have the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah.
Remember that in Texas high school football.
Friday Night Football sponsored by Texas de Brazil. Brazilian flavors, Texas spirit. Enjoy the best of both worlds, where Brazilian culinary traditions meet the bold flavors of Texas. Come for the food, stay for the adventure. It was first and goal at the 2. A loss of 3 on the first play. Beg your pardon, a loss of 2 on both plays. First and second down. Back to the 4 and then back to the 6. So now 3rd and goal. It will still be Miles Davis in there at quarterback for Timberview. Cedric Portley to his right. He'll get the handoff. Portley pushing to the 4. Not much farther. May have gotten to the 3. Now they're going to mark him at the 4. 4th down and goal.
Do you take the points? And I believe that they will.
Carlos Carmona trotting onto the field. It will be a 21-yarder, just a yard longer than a PAT. To tack 3 points on and pay off the muffed punt.
Oh.
They came after that one, but he does get it away and through. 18-14, Timberview with the lead.
Boy, that is something to watch. That penetration there, that Anna got on that field goal try. But man, Anna's got to just be, man, they got to be extremely frustrated. with some of their miscues and mistakes, giving the ball back to the Wolves. But you got to give credit where credit is due to that defense by getting off the field.
I can't help but think of exactly what Seth Parr said to me when I reached out to him earlier this week and told him that we were going to come do the game. And his immediate reaction was, I mean, I'm happy to see you guys, happy to have you guys come out and do the game, but man, we lose every time you call one of our games.
It's not us, Seth. It's not us.
The way that they've been seemingly a bit snake bitten here in the first half is what makes me think of that comment.
It's not us. I promise you, it's not us.
Seth Parr, one of the great dudes in Texas high school football, a brilliant head coach. And Seth, I'm sorry, I don't know what the hijinks that we bring along with us.
No, let me just say this. I watched him win I called the game. He won by 50. So let me just say that. Maybe it's you.
I would say, I
Mike.
believe Heckma Harris is trying to drop this at my feet right now.
Yeah, I am. Put that on me.
18-14 the tally, and Jaden Parker signals for a fair catch this time on the kickoff, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. So what does Anna have now for an answer after a very bizarre, frankly, Mansfield Timberview drive where they pick up a 3rd and 20, they pick up a 3rd and 14, then the big sack on another 3rd and 14. They punt it away, and the ball's muffed by Parker, and ultimately they pay it off with the field goal. All of that working out to be a very strange and also very long possession that ate up almost half of this second quarter.
And that's exactly where I was going, Mike. I think for the Wolves, they got to feel good about the time that they've taken off, that they just didn't score. Right now, if I'm Anna, I feel like, look, if we score here, we're going to take the lead, and that really changes the complexity of this ball game.
Pharrell Brown just dropped that one, had some running room, but couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, you just got to continue to grind this thing out on the other side for Anna. You know, when they go in at halftime, I'm sure Coach Seth Parr is going to tell these guys, look, man, are you done? Are you finished making mistakes? Because if you're ready to go win a football game, I am.
Yeah.
Let's go out here in the third quarter and play our brand of ball, and let's stop shooting ourselves in the foot.
Williams to keep it himself, made a man miss. What a move from Zy Williams. Look at him dance his way through the secondary, lost the football. The fumble recovered by Timberview. Unbelievable. At the back end of what was a spectacular play by Zy Williams. He has it punched out, and it's Chance Collins that brought the punch from behind to pop it out.
What a move. I really am floored by this move. You see it right here at the line of scrimmage. He just fakes a guy out of his shoes, Rayshawn Williams. And here at the end of the play is where that ball comes out. A great job by Timberview. Now there's a bigger problem brewing here because Zy Williams goes out.
Oh no.
And this is a collective gasp by Anna.
Williams showing more frustration, frankly, than pain right there as he's walking off with Seth Parr. Frustrated about the fumble, more so than he seems to be worried about his condition. Sits down on the bench and will be tended to by the athletic training staff, but we'll see whether or not he's able to return. It looked more promising with each step he took. 1st and 10, Stephen Hall over the middle, nearly intercepted. Oh my, Israel Johnson had it in the breadbasket.
And here's the pressure on the young quarterback, Stephen Hall. He's just trying to create, and boy, he's lucky to get that one back.
Stephen Hall fortunate that that one did not end up as Israel Johnson's 3rd interception of the season. 2nd and 10 for Timberview. High snap. David Hall dragged down from behind awkwardly.
Yes. Oh, that's young Bones, boy. He's able to bounce right back up is Hall, but that's a pretty good gain here and make it third and manageable. Unbelievable first half for Anna.
Can their defense come up with a stop on a third down here? That has been the bugaboo in the early stages of this football game for the Anna defense. Davis in at quarterback. Hall motions out. Davis himself up the middle. Surges.
Oh, he got, oh,
Ooh,
no.
He may be close based on that spot, but I think he's short.
You know what? Run it again.
Fourth down.
It's good. Hey, keep him in the game. I'm going Miles Davis right, Miles Davis left.
Fourth and 1. And Jacody Coleman's keeping his offense on the football field.
Officials time out here.
Are they going to measure this? We do not see measurements very often anymore.
We don't. I think this was close enough. I thought that Davis had it at first glance.
He is indeed short. Fourth down, about half a yard, maybe 2/3 of a yard.
Yeah. You got some big bodies up front, and a guy like Quan Young and Draylon McMahon, Caden Banks up front.
Fourth down and 2 feet. Hall. No, it's Portley. Forward, first down.
Easy.
Right to the 30-yard stripe. Now another player down. This is Quan Young, the senior nose guard, down after the play here for Anna.
Yeah, you saw him just buckle over. Did Quan Young, and that looks like a knee. Jeez. It's a great job by the Wolves offensive line.
Zyandre Williams, meanwhile, is on the sideline still for Anna, holding his helmet and walking around. Seems to be limbered up and moving okay. So that's a good sign for the Anna Coyotes, but Quan Young down and being tended to by the athletic training staff now. Mary Miller, their athletic trainer.
Yeah, this is I'm telling you, man, this is a kid that they can't do this offense without him, right? And I'm sure they have a serviceable backup, but he ain't Zy Williams.
Few players in Texas high school football are. Tristan Nylander, the senior, is their backup quarterback. 6'1", $177.
Yeah, you see looks like we're moving around out there, and Quan Young's gonna get up, and hopefully this young man can come back. He's
Quan Young, big boy.
Yeah.
Able to walk off under his own power, which is a good sign, but certainly you can see the limp. We'll see if he's able to come back. Certainly an important piece in the interior for that Anna Coyotes defense.
As the clock starts again, and I tell you, it's going to be the story of this first half, how much time Timberview has taken off of the clock.
Davis, hands for Easter. They try and run right up the middle where Young was. Not much doing, maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, you're just going to continue to run into Jaden Parker. I know Parker made the mistake on the punt, receiving the punt, but he is one hell of a linebacker and a guy that's going to come downhill and stop that in the A and B gap. So even with the absence of Quan Young, you still have to deal with Parker, who at 6'2", 235 pounds is a load to deal with himself.
2nd down and 8 for Timberview, who comes in off their bye week. In fact, had their bye week in the final week of the regular season. Odd time to have it, but their head coach, Cody Coleman, said it actually worked out well for them this year because they had some guys who needed to get a little healthier. This time, Easter with nowhere to go may have lost a foot or two, and it's going to be 3rd down and long.
And so they've gone with this package for a while with Miles Davis in at quarterback, going away from Stephen Hall. Stephen Hall, who we saw deliver a strike in the first quarter. And this is what I believe is an obvious passing down.
They bring Ace Trailer on for Ryan Tsutsumi on this 3rd down and long, likely passing situation. Davis will look to throw. Pressured, hit as he throws, fires to the end zone, overshot everybody. Incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Okay, Mike, so, okay. Okay. Let's
what?
I mean, how many times have we got the 4th down? There's a punt. It looks like, Anna's gotten off of the field, and then
4th down's been an adventure for both teams tonight.
Yes, it has.
Are they going to consider this 4-down territory and go for it? Anna's going to call timeout and force him to think about it for a little longer. 18-14, the lead for Mansfield Timberview. 2 and 35 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Cody Coleman told us earlier this week one of the keys for his team this season has been putting together a full 48-minute football game. He says he feels like they have had many times this season where they had a really sharp half and then kind of lazed their way through the second half, or sometimes vice versa. He did feel like their final game 2 weeks ago on Halloween when they played the Colony, that they played a full 48-minute game. They're going to need one tonight.
Yes, and look, Mike, here's what has been fascinating about this. It hadn't just been one guy for the Wolves. You've gotten plays from Chance Collins, Tristan Shaw, Stephen Hall, all of Jacoby Easter. It's been by committee, offensively and defensively, and I love that approach. But, I think you couldn't have asked for a better first half if you're Timberview. The way that things have gone, and you only have a 4-point lead. So
yeah.
I think that's the irony in all those great things I just said.
4th down and 9. Hall back in there at quarterback. Whistles before the snap.
Got another timeout?
Flag is down for that reason. Yeah, I don't think you can call back-to-back timeouts like that.
Oh, this ain't basketball. You can't do that.
That's, I think, what our officiating crew is discussing right now. Xavier Velasquez and his crew talking things over.
Maybe they'll pick that flag up.
They have not moved the football yet.
No, they haven't. But good news, Quan Young is back out on the field.
That is certainly a good sign for the Anna Coyotes defense. The big senior nose guard back there in the middle of your screen. I wonder, are they discussing how this penalty is meant to be enforced? Is that the confusion?
Whatever they do, I think they are going to do everything to make sure that they get this right.
Yeah, this was a new rule in the 2023 season in college football. And the UIL does work off of the NCAA Division I rulebook that you can't call consecutive timeouts without a play happening in between. And I think we are here in a moment going to hear a ruling from Xavier Velasquez. Delay a game defense, yes. 5-yard penalty, it will remain 4th down. So that does make the task for Timberview a little easier here.
Yes, yeah, absolutely it does. Brings it 4th and 4. So a little bit manageable. I wonder, does that change things from what Coach Coleman's original call was?
It will move the football to the 24-yard line, which, if you're wondering from here, would be a 41 or 42-yard field goal, depending on where they put the spot down. They feel like for Carlos Carmona, their kicker, that he's got range to about 35 to 40. So this is certainly on the outskirts, if not just a little beyond that range. So the offense is coming back on the field. And it will be Miles Davis who comes back in now at quarterback. It was going to be Stephen Hall in a 4th and 9 situation. Now they bring Davis, the senior, in. Portley, the running back, to his right. He'll get the handoff. It's a reverse. They're going to look to throw. Pump fakes it, and he can't get the throw off. Anna gets the defensive stop. A terrific play to cancel out the trickery. Brennan Williams with a singular effort and a 4th down stop.
And maybe a great decision there by Chance Collins, not putting that ball in harm's way, because Miles Davis is out in the flat, and that's who the play was going to go to. But he thought about it. That was that half a second gave the defense an opportunity to close out, and a great stop by the Coyotes defense.
Any other down, I'd be with you that, hey, eat the football, make the safe play. It's 4th down, you got to take the shot. There's no negative to that. If you throw the interception, it is what it is. Instead, a 4th down sack by Brennan Williams on the trickery, on the reverse attempt to throw it to Miles Davis, the quarterback. Anna sniffs it out and gets the 4th down stop. And they will start a drive that will be sandwiched around the 2-minute timeout. 18-14 Timberview with the lead. Anna gets a big defensive stop. They've got the football, perhaps to close out this first half. Can they go get points before halftime here on Friday Night Football?
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Stick with us at halftime for the Friday Night Football halftime show, sponsored by the Children's Health Andrews Institute. We will bring you the halftime performance from all 4 units coming up in 2 minutes worth of game time. But out of the 2-minute timeout, 2nd down and 8 for Zyondre Williams and the Anna Coyotes offense. Handoff right up the zipper. Ace Trailer inside the 50, knocking helmets off for the 1st down.
I saw a helmet, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, did the ball come out? Unbelievable.
Not this time.
Not this time.
48-yard line, 1st down, Anna.
1st and 10 at the 48 in Timberview territory, and Anna's going to look to cook things up here.
There's only 1 timeout left. They have to be smart.
Williams all day to scan up the field, on the money for Braden Spinks, and he'll score. Touchdown Anna, and their first lead of the game.
Mike, I told you, when these guys are done shooting themselves in the foot, Will they finally play Anna Coyote's offense, Anna Coyote's ball, period? And you see it right there on the throw from Zy Williams. Man, this guy went out, man. It looked like he was having some back problems. He is okay. And what a throw. What a throw. And, man, that's how you get it done. And now it wasn't a big enough lead. Mike, the Wolves, like I said, only up by 4. Hey, we got a ball game.
High snap there on the PAT,
Yikes.
but it is up and through. And it is a 21-18 lead for the Anna Coyotes. Only 3 plays removed from the 4th down stop by the Anna defense. A 49-yard hookup from Williams to Spinks. And Anna has the lead.
What a shot down the middle of the field for Zy Williams.
It's a great throw.
Yeah, this is, you know, again, Braden Spinks works his route basically to the inside, on the hash marks. What a connection. It's still a minute 22 left here in the first half.
This, though, is where you see the byproduct of Timberview burning their 3 timeouts as early as they did. They now don't have anything to work with in these 82 seconds.
That is an excellent point, Mike, because by doing that, you put yourself behind the 8 ball. And again, with as talented as your team is, with some of the throws that we've seen his young quarterback make, I think you would at least like to have one of those timeouts back.
122's a good bit of time to work with, though. But it is an important detail to note here that Anna has the football to start the second half. So Timberview would absolutely love to get some points here before halftime and make sure that Anna isn't able to double up around the break. Marroquin with his massive leg set to kick it away, but this time into the wind. Still more than enough on it to send it 4 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback.
Sent that one to Arlington. But I tell you what, Jaden Parker on the muff punt. That was a great job by that Coyotes defense by not giving up the touchdown and allowing only the field goal.
Yes.
As this game plays out, that may have been the stop that they needed. Who knows, but I just want to stick a pin right there.
They were set up 1st and goal at the 2 off the muffed punt by Jaden Parker. And went backward for the first 2 plays. 3rd and goal from the 6, picked up a couple of yards, but had to settle for the field goal. And that is the difference in the football game right now. 3 instead of 7, and as a result, they trail by 3 instead of leading by 1. 122 to work with. Hall back in there, a quarterback. They set up the screen for Collins. Goodness, this kid is a terrific football player. Twists his way out to the 40-yard line.
Big gain. It is, he takes it, he makes nothing out of something, and that clock is going to reset, and Wolves right back to the line of scrimmage.
It stops on a 1st down, back rolling as they set the chains over the middle. Lots of contact there. Israel Johnson, according to the officials, right on time, defending against Braylon Barnett.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and on that replay,
that's perfect.
I think they're right. Live, I thought it was a foul, but on the replay, yeah, they got it right.
Perfect. Jump it sooner. You take it to the house.
2nd and 10, a minute 3 to work with. Again, no timeouts for Timberview. Hall steps away from pressure, fires over the middle. On target, Barnett lost it, incomplete. Nearly a terrific catch from the junior. Flag down in the backfield. Is this going to be roughing the passer after the pass was thrown, or is this a hold on the offensive line? Everybody's walking backward.
Waiting anxiously, and that looks like it was a hold. It may be on against Caden Banks, who was able to get off of the field. He was holding his wrist. Now look at this defense on the outside. We got Satsumi on the outside on the slot receiver. And this is trips right. The advantage right now is for the Wolves. They elect to run it.
Hall on the handoff, twisted down for just a couple of yards. Nice tackle by Bryson Bardroff. And it's going to be 3rd down and 18, and that clock's going to...
Yes.
Clock is stopped right now.
What's going on?
Even the Timberview offense was wondering why the clock was stopped. It's still stopped.
Wow.
Xavier Velasquez trying to signal. Now they wind it. That was a gift for Timberview.
Absolutely it was.
As Hall looks to the sideline to get the play.
Whoa.
Like, take advantage of the gift, though. They're taking forever here. There was 55 seconds on the clock, and it was hung there forever. And yet still 25 seconds will come off between plays. Hall again on the handoff. 3rd and long. Flag on the play. That looks like another hold as Jaden Parker makes the tackle.
It looks like we have another holding penalty with 24 seconds left. Wow, what a gift. 55 seconds. What do you think, 10 seconds? The difference in...
Maybe, yeah. I think the problem was that it was 3rd down and 17. They're going to decline the penalty, and it will be 4th down.
But it's...
4th and 10 from where the football is right now. And if Timberview wants to, as long as Anna doesn't call timeout, Timberview does not have to snap it again.
I don't think they will.
And they will not. And that will bring, unless Seth Parr decides to call a last-second timeout here, that will bring the first half to a close. The Anna Coyotes with a 21-18 lead at halftime on the road. Heckma Harrison, despite a very wonky first half, seemingly nothing went their way in a lot of key spots, and they still find themselves with the lead at the break.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Seth Parr, my speech is simple. Guys, when y'all ready to win this game, let me know. Because all we got to do is stop shooting ourselves in the foot. It's the fumbles, it's the penalties, turnovers, which is costing them.
21-18 the tally at halftime. Anna with the lead, and they will have the football to start the second half. The Friday Night Football halftime show, sponsored by the Children's Health Andrews Institute, comes your way after this.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pumps out, make sure to protect your paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkus. Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas.
So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans.
Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand.
This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag, but just to brag a little bit. Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
In a world filled with motion, we are the constant. Filled with storms, we are the calm. Filled with uncertainty, we are reassurance. We bring the truth. We bring hope, conviction, a legacy of grit, determination, honesty, and relevant reporting that doesn't just inform, but inspires. We are WFAA.
To the first half highlights from this one and show you how we've come to this 21-18 tally. It would be Mansfield Timberview, Heckma, that would strike first with Miles Davis.
Yeah, they came out with the Miles Davis package, and he paid in. He clocked it into the end zone right away, and this is where we started to believe that the Wolves had the upper hand, and then just like that, Zy Williams comes right back with the pass to Houston in the corner of the end zone.
Just a terrific play from the senior quarterback. That made it 8-7. But Timberview would respond again. Stephen Hall with the deep shot here for Chance Collins.
Yeah, this was the one I think that really was the eyebrow raiser when you get that one out to Collins, and that made you just feel like the Wolves were for real. Timberview came out on fire in that first quarter.
Back comes Jaden Parker, the linebacker, surging his way in for the touchdown. That made it 15-7. I beg your pardon, 15-14 as Anna scored to make it a 1-point game again. They would kick the field goal, Timberview would, off a muffed punt, but then back comes Anna, and again, Zy Williams with a dot.
And I'll tell you what, that in that second quarter, you knew they were going to try and steal some momentum. I don't know if we thought they were going to do it that fast, but then the hookup to Spinks, and now all of a sudden the party has started after Zy Williams goes out. Looked like he was having some back troubles, but man was able to recover, gets back in this game, and delivers the strike.
That is something that is worth monitoring here as we start the second half, because it will be Anna with the footballs to start this third quarter. So Zy Williams, you imagine anyway, will be out on the field for the Anna Coyotes, but because of the timing of his injury, and then a 30-minute break for how long halftime is in Texas high school football, that's a lot of time for a back injury to lock up on you.
Yeah.
He had to be doing an awful lot of work to keep himself limbered up during that halftime period. I'm scanning up and down trying to find where he is out there on the field for the Anna Coyotes.
Yeah,
I imagine he's somewhere in that mass of humanity, but I have not seen number 8 just yet. There he is. Oh, he's away from everybody else, taking snaps. Okay, good job by our crew to find Zy Williams and slinging it around, looking to be just fine with the University of Miami towel dangling from his waist. He is He is yet to determine where he is going to go play football at the college level, but he does have more than a few collegiate offers.
Spectacular. No matter where this kid decides to go, you're going to get a full-fledged superstar when this guy shows up on campus. It just feels like he's been playing Texas high school football for about 7 years now. It's only been 4, I know, but that's just how much success he's been having.
His third year as a starter, it does feel like forever ago that he led Anna to the 4A Division I state championship back in 2023. While we've got a moment, let's bring you back to that 2023 state championship for the Anna Coyotes, taking on Tyler Chapel Hill back in 2023. This was the Edward Chumley show. He had a couple of touchdown runs in this game, 3 if memory serves. A terrific performance from the Coyotes running back. Zy Williams, the quarterback that year as well, hitting him on the little screen across the middle to give Anna a 24-0 lead before halftime. Anna was dominant that year. We saw them that season in one of the maybe the only game they lost. I don't recall if they went 15-1 that year or not, but we saw them in a thriller against the Salina Bobcats, a 44-42 quadruple overtime thriller. But Anna would be the team that would go on to win a title that season. Again, that feels like a very long time ago.
It does, doesn't it?
That Zy Williams was leading this Coyotes program to a championship. But they have been very good in their first couple of years in 5A Division II. And they have a team that they certainly feel like can be a contender this year in 5A D2. They have to get through Timberview first, though, tonight. And they have a 21-18 lead here at halftime. 13-1 was the, I beg your pardon, I'm on the wrong season here. We need the 2023-24 season. They did go 15-1. We saw the only game they lost that year. Beg your pardon on my memory here. It was 42-40, not 44-42. 42-40 in 4 overtimes at Salina back on September 15th of 2023. A spectacular football game. Heckma, I'm curious your thoughts on this. Maybe the single best game we have ever had on our air. It's got to be at least in that conversation on a list of 3 or 4 contenders for that title.
Mike, do you know how many thrillers we've called? How many times
we've been spoiled.
I mean, come on now. I mean, it's hard to. You know what? When we get to the 100th game, we're going to have to go back and rank them.
That's a good idea.
How about that?
Those of you listening at home right now, you are watching the 99th ever high school football broadcast on WFAA's digital network, going all the way back to our Facebook Live days many years ago, 2018, when we were still doing Thursday Night Lights. It wasn't until 2020 that we started doing Friday Night Football. From his own 1-yard line, Israel Johnson raced down. Nice tackle by Chance Collins. This kid does everything for Timberview.
You put your guys out there on the kickoff team, and that's what coaches like to do. Let's put my athletes out there on the kickoff team and let them go hunt. And you see it right there from Chance Collins. I just wanted to mention about Anna and the way that the Coyotes have made the move up from 4A to 5A. So many teams sometimes have problems with the competition part of it.
Yeah.
Anna, it's been a seamless transition from 4A to 5A. I mean, look, in the game, if they can pull this one out, obviously they are in a bracket, boy. They have some stiff competition coming up here.
For sure.
So if they can maintain and continue, like I said, it is going to be a seamless transition. And how about that to get the party started?
Some 7-on-7 crime. That's Preston Stotts, this sophomore, 6'5", 240-pound sophomore defensive tackle / defensive end. He is very well thought of and already starting to get a lot of recruiting traction. He's a special young player.
Yeah, you said 6'5"?
6'5", 240 is what he lists himself as on his Twitter account.
And he's a sophomore?
He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Loss of a couple on the play. Beg your pardon, just a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9. Quick throw, Williams, far side. Rowan Nylander's first catch of the day, and he's breaking away down the sideline. Makes a man miss at the 40. Shrugs off another tackle, and Rowan Nylander, in his first game since September, out to midfield.
That's how you make a return to action, Mr. Nylander. You know, he had the holding call earlier in the first half. Man, that's the kind of run that'll make up for it. How about that, hitting the brakes and allowing for Chance Collins to fly by?
And big reception for Rowan Nylander. Got hurt against Melissa back on September the 26th. Had not played since then. And really only just barely getting back in the lineup tonight, but showing he's able to get out there and make some plays. Williams with all day over the middle, incomplete. Ace Trailer couldn't squeeze it.
Yeah, just couldn't bring that one in. That's a great ball. He leaves his feet. Should have just ran through it. It's a dot right there by Zy Williams. And just not able to come down with that catch.
Mark Alonzo weighing in on the greatest all-time Friday Night Football game.
What did Mark say?
He says that Anna Salina game was pretty good. He said not nearly as exciting, though, as the 100-plus point games that we've had or the one that we had that ended after midnight, which was actually, if you'll remember correctly, just the week prior to that Anna Salina epic in 2023. Stephenville Decatur, as Trailer gets the handoff, bangs off of a couple of tacklers and gets to the 44 before finally being wrestled to the ground. It'll be 3rd down and 3. That was back-to-back weeks. Stephenville, Decatur, like a 3-hour lightning delay right at halftime, and a game that did not end until 1:12 in the morning. And then the very next week, 4 overtimes, Anna and Salina.
You know what takes the cake on that? They delivered the game ball with a helicopter.
Yes, they did.
So that's
in Decatur.
That was my fondest memory of that game. I've never seen anything like that.
They do it for real up in Wise County. 3rd down and 3. They have protected Williams well all day, and oh my goodness, a bust in coverage, and walking into the end zone is Cormont Houston.
I bet he won't spike the ball. That is for sure from the freshman. Give the ball to the referee and get over here to the sideline. How about that? Just a miscommunication by the defense, and they leave the freshman all by himself. How about that for easy pickings? I love the quick strike. And, boy, things change in a hurry, don't they?
A couple of scores around halftime for the Anna Coyotes. Seth Parr with some words for his freshman, who has his 6th and 7th touchdown receptions of the year tonight. And just like that, Anna has a 10-point lead. Williams to Houston for 44 yards for 6. 2 defenders in the flats. Nobody goes with the freshman. And Anna's got a 10-point lead. 3rd quarter on Friday Night Football.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Zyondre Williams with 3 passing touchdowns tonight. And he has brought his team to a 10-point advantage on the road. 28-18. The kickoff from Mariquin into the end zone for a touchback. And Timberview will start from the 25. Bring you the bracket here in 5A, Division II, Region 1. Again, Amarillo Paladuro winning last night over Hanks out of El Paso to move on to the area round. So they await the winner of this one. That game will be somewhere between here and there, likely, unless one team or the other wins a coin flip and has it closer to home. That's something to be sorted out late tonight or tomorrow morning. Will it be Anna or will it be Timberview on the horn with Paladuro to set up a second-round matchup? They swing it out on the far side. Good play for Cedric Portley to pick up a chunk on the first offensive play of the second half for Mansfield Timberview. How do they find their footing again here, Heckma? They made a number of really good plays offensively and defensively in the first half. 9 yards here on the first play, and it seems like they're going to try and bring the tempo here in the second half ahead of 2nd down and 1. Hall with the handoff. Nowhere to go for Jacoby Easter. How do they get it going again?
Yeah, well, Mike, one thing you can't do is you can't rely on the Coyotes to make the same mistakes and miscues that they made in the first half. You got to get back to your offense. Obviously, your sophomore quarterback, he has the ability to make some big-time throws. They have the package that they were working with Miles Davis. Let's allow this quarterback.
They drew him off. Free play. Hall's going to go deep. Single coverage. Great throw, just brought him out of bounds. Nearly a terrific throw. It's going to be a first down either way because of the offside on the Anna defense, but he nearly hooked up with Braylon Barnett down this near sideline.
So I'll finish my sentence. Just allow this quarterback to get you back in the game, and with throws like that, which you know he can make, let him cook.
A first down, though, because of the penalty, and they walk it out to the 38. 1st and 10 for the Timberview offense.
Something to note here, you have Zy Williams in at cornerback. So after all the back issues, here he is playing cornerback.
He is just next to the T on the Timberview side of the scoreboard on the near side of the screen. Handoff up the middle for a couple. Jacoby Easter again on the carry.
And he is in single man coverage over here on Braylon Barnett.
Hall, near side, right through the hands of Barnett. That's one Barnett will want back. It was a little tall, but a connection they should have made.
This is a kid that has 49 receptions in the season with 716 yards. He is definitely a capable target.
He made one of the catches of the season against Arlington Seguin. I believe it was here, down in the far end zone to our right side. A ball that was tipped like 3 different times by himself and Seguin defenders, and he still hauled it in, toe-tapped his way inbounds and made the catch. Hall having to throw this one away as he had pressure in his face, and it's 4th down.
That's exactly what he had. Pressure coming from the outside. It looked like he had a clean pocket, and then Cash Williams shows up.
Timberview's going to have to punt it here. Anna's got the Wolves on tilt right now.
And Miles Davis is back to punt.
He is indeed.
I'm watching that.
Caden Bates, their usual punter, high snap. Davis will punt it, line drive punt. That will take a good Timberview bounce inside the 25, inside the 20 to the 16. A good punt from the senior quarterback.
At the 16-yard line. First down, Anna.
Mike Hall in the YouTube comment says he's at the Jesuit Lamar game tonight, but also tuning in for our broadcast. He said Jesuit and Lamar nearing 100 points combined.
Oh, wow.
You'll have to tell us what the score actually is in that one. Lola Reyes 406 in the YouTube comments, hoping that Anna's going to win tonight so they can play Paladuro in the second round. So Anna takes over. They have scored 14 straight points to seize control of this game. An opportunity to take a stranglehold midway through this third quarter. Trailer, well read. Chapo Chavez and company taking him down maybe a yard.
And number 44, they have him listed at 5'6".
They do. 5'6", 185.
He's every bit of it. And, you know, all the sayings, you know, not the size of the dog in the fight and all of that stuff. This kid's just a linebacker. That's plain.
Exactly right.
Plain and simple.
Reads the play well, diagnoses what's coming his way really well, and just fits the run, the hole very well. Right over the middle, nearly caught by Nylander. Would have been a sensational one-handed catch, and very quickly here it's 3rd and 9.
And that's the thing about Zy Williams, man. He has just a quick release. That's a great ball. And Nylander only able to get a hand on it.
Big 3rd down here for the Timberview Wolves defense. Pressure on Zy Williams, trying to get out the back door. They're able to corral him, and he just has to flip it out of bounds to avoid the sack. Really well played by Preston Stotts. And it's 4th down.
Oh, that changes things immediately right there. That's a great stand for the Wolves defense. Stotts on the outside with that length at 6'5", just not allowing Zy Williams to look up the field in his face.
He's huge, Preston Stotts. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, nowhere to go with the ball is Williams. You know,
and they force the punt here. Low snap, but able to scoop it up and get the punt away. A wobbly punt up the near side that will bound just across midfield for Anna, but it's going to be good starting field position here for the Timberwolves offense, the Timberview Wolves offense. With 6:41 to play in the third quarter, a crucial 3-and-out created by that Timberview defense.
Man, you got to give Deshaun Porter some credit right there. Your senior defensive lineman and punter. That thing skipped to him, and although a line drive, it did have a coyote's roll on it. And as you see it right here, man, it knuckleballs into him. And a great job of getting that one off.
So 1st and 10 for Timberview at the 49. Hall, the sophomore, back in there at quarterback. Can the Wolves find an answer? Over the middle on the RPO, Braylon Barnett, what a catch.
Yes.
Blanketed by Ace Traylor and still hauls it in.
Yeah, and how? And Ace Traylor all over him. Great job. It didn't matter. He makes the catch.
1st and 10 inside the 40. Quickly moving. Hall to keep it himself. He doesn't do this often. Ripped down from behind. They're saying he was down.
Yeah.
Timberview also looking for a flag.
Yeah, both knees.
Look at Cy Williams fired up saying he wasn't down. This will be a really good look at it here. By the way, great catch on the snap.
Cash Williams crashing in. No, he's down.
He was definitely down. No question. Again, a quick snap. Right up the middle they go. Only a couple yards. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4.
Oh, man. They have a Wolves player down.
That's Jacoby Easter, the junior running back, grabbing at his left calf.
They got slung down, awkward angle, but it looks like that's just a cramp.
It is an unusually warm day for middle of November.
You're telling me.
Up around 80 earlier today and still well into the 70s tonight.
Hey, we started Monday off. It was like 27 degrees in the morning, and now all of a sudden it's 85. Are you kidding me?
What are you doing to us, Delkus?
Well, here's the deal. I needed to get control of my air conditioning unit. I had people, my family screaming at me about turning the heat on, and I said, I will not. I will not.
Agma Harrison holding strong.
I'm holding strong.
My phone tells me it is 70 degrees currently here in Mansfield.
Maybe it's just 85 degrees where we are.
It does feel warm where we are in this booth, doesn't it? It's going to be 3rd down and 3 out of the injury timeout. Clock back running now that Easter has come off the field. They've got Hall and Cedric Portley in the backfield. Portley will get the handoff, has a seam, breaks to the outside. Portley inside the 20. 1st down and then some at the 15.
Boy, what a big run by Cedric Portley over here on the left side. Great job by this offensive line blocking it up.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage again. Portley again with the carry. Plunges into the pile. Timberview bringing the tempo here. 2nd down and 8.
Got him.
Couldn't get a defender off the field. No flag, though.
No flag.
Shot to the end zone. Yes, that's a catch for a touchdown in the corner. Braylon Barnett hauled it in. Timberview doesn't need the flag. Touchdown, Wolves. And now the officials are discussing. I never saw anybody throw a flag.
Well, it's just a great route, though, by Braylon Barnett. And Braylon Barnett is man-to-man on Brennan Williams.
They do flag Anna, but obviously the penalty is declined. The touchdown stands for Timberview. A huge play from the Wolves offense. And with a PAT here, they can pull within 3.
That's it, man.
Great throw.
Let Stephen Hall, the sophomore, do his thing, and that's just perfect execution. And I think what bode well for them is them going with the hurry up.
Hall to Braylon Barnett for the touchdown, and it's a three-point game once again, 28-25. Late third quarter on Friday Night Football in the first round of the UIL playoffs.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas.
So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans.
Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand.
This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag,
but just to brag a little bit.
Okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
28-25. Anna leads by 3. Timberview right back in at Heckma Harrison. A terrific drive.
Yeah, it was. And I think Stephen Hall has shown you his capabilities as a passer. You know, this is on that last drive from the Coyotes, man, it was a quick drive. Even better punt, but again, they were at about the 48-yard line, so didn't have far to go. They're taking advantage of the mismatches.
From a yard deep in his own end zone, Jaden Parker's going to bring this thing out, pushing his own blockers from behind. Parker across the 40, across midfield. A terrific return from Jaden Parker, the Arizona commit linebacker coming into your living room, across midfield on the return.
Boy, he makes up for the muff punt, doesn't he? And taking that ball, again, from 1 yard in the end zone. Great field position to start off here for Anna.
1st and 10 at the 45, and if you're Dakota Coleman, you're going, goodness, we just got the momentum, and back comes Anna with a big return from Parker. Williams keeping it himself. Lunges forward to the 41.
Yeah, they've got to keep the pace going on offense with only a 3-point lead. Get this defense a rest. Again, you've got to score because it just feels like the Wolves have your number. Offensively, this young quarterback has figured something out.
Stephen Hall, an impressive night, but Zyhandre Williams has been sensational as per usual. 3 touchdown passes tonight and looking for more. Throws it backward actually to Ace Traylor, who's stepped out of bounds, it looks like, based on that mark from the head linesman Justin McNeely. No gain on the play, 3rd and 6.
Weird play right there. Williams waiting, showing the patience, waiting on guys to come open.
3rd down, 6 to go.
And yeah, barely by a toe.
The last time Anna had the football, they had a quick 3 and out that Timberview was able to then turn in to the Hall to Barnett touchdown pass to make this a 3-point game. 3rd and 6 now. Hand off to Traylor. Surges forward, but he's going to be short. 4th and 1.
Boy, was he close. Looks like they are bringing in the jumbo package. As you see, big number 55.
That's Quan Young, the big nose guard coming out on the field offensively here. Right in the middle of the formation, big number 55 lining up at left guard. They need the 35-yard line. Williams in shotgun. Traylor straight ahead, hops over the top, and they've got the 1st down.
Say you bring in 55, that looked like it was about to be the tush push 2.0, but then they elect to hand it off.
Quan Young, you did your job, young man. 1st and 10. He'll come back off and rest up for defense. As the clock winds now, under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. in a 3-point game. Williams, nice catch by Ace Traylor, dragging a tackler to the 25.
Boy, that is a beautiful catch. This ball is actually behind him, and Ace Traylor reaches back, snatches it, and keeps the possession for his team.
Good coverage from Juju Smith, just a better catch by Traylor, the senior, who has played some wide receiver and running back through this season for the Anna offense, cycling through positions because of some injuries, but a weapon no matter where they put him. Williams. Oh, mercy, right through the hands of Nylander. It would have been a first down and an awful lot more.
And maybe this ball just looks like, you see his receivers, when he just puts a ton of zip on it, man, they can't handle it. Maybe is it coming out too fast? What is it? Just Nylander.
It had some zip on it, that's for sure. But I think that's also a play that Nylander would tell you he would make. To be fair to Rowan Nylander, a young man who is just getting back on the football field tonight for the first time since September. So it doesn't just immediately it's not like you're hopping back on a bicycle. You got to get back into the flow of the game. That's a catch that he probably makes next week or 2 weeks from now if Anna's season is fortunate enough to continue. Williams gets out the back door and has the first down.
That's what happens when you miss.
Ho-hum magic. Move the chains.
That's what happens when you miss. And how many times have we seen Douglas, number one, think that he has Williams dead to right, and he lets him out of the back door? That was costly, because then he picks up the first down.
Williams and Seth Parr communicating about perhaps the play design here on 1st and 10. Looked like they had some disagreement for a moment, but they get on the same page.
Yeah, just for a moment.
Seth Parr will tell you nobody runs this offense, knows this offense better than Zy Williams does, as Ace Traylor lacerates the line of scrimmage to the 15-yard line, a pickup of 7.
Now you're starting to see this offensive line get lathered up and push the Wolves defense. They got some guys up front, starting with their center, Peyton Miller. 6'5", 300 pounds, a 4-star, and plenty of schools looking at him.
Can Timberview's defense wall up and make a stop here in the red zone? We saw Anna's defense do that and force a field goal attempt. Traylor. Maybe 2 on 2nd and 3.
Yep. And that clock just continues to run. Looks like it's going to be
maybe only a yard on the play. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2. Anna will have to snap it here before the end of the 3rd quarter, down to 11 on the play clock. They bring Tristan Nylander in there to hand it off to Zy Williams, and he's going to have the first down. This is a wrinkle we have seen from Anna at times through the season. They bring the backup quarterback in to hand it off to the starter, Zy Williams, and they move the chains on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Anna with a 28-25 lead on Timberview on the road and knocking on the door. It'll be 1st and goal when we start the 4th on Friday Night Football.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delcas.
Friday Night Football sponsored by Texas de Brazil, an experience for all senses. From the sizzle of skewers on the grill to the vibrant colors of our fresh offerings, Texas de Brazil is a feast for your eyes, ears, and taste buds. We start the fourth in a 3-point game, but Heckma Harrison, Anna is knocking on the door.
And have they stayed aggressive, and even when they get to third down, fourth down, doesn't matter. They found a way to keep moving the chains.
Williams going to keep it himself. Made a man miss to get inside the 10, trying to get to the pylon. No, he's out of bounds inside the 2.
Kid is Houdini.
Unreal, man.
Even when you think you have an angle on him, you see right here, you think you have an angle on him. And I want to look at this. Look at that. Oh, yeah, he steps out first.
He's lucky he stepped out first. He fumbled it through the end zone.
Yes, he did.
Would have been a touchback if he wasn't out of bounds first. Goodness.
Wow. Whew.
2nd and goal at the 1. Parker, the big linebacker, in there. He'll get the handoff. Stacked up, pushes forward, pushed back. J.P. Sidner shoving the big linebacker Parker back, and it's 3rd and goal.
And you have one of your offensive linemen down in the end zone. And Parker just runs over. Looks like that number 72, Colton Tucker. And Marcos Rivera was down, and he is walking back to the huddle.
The senior right guard stays on the football field. 3rd and goal. You can see how close that football is to the end zone, inside the 1-yard line. Parker drilled at the line of scrimmage and held up again. 4th and goal.
Wow. Another big carry, and here comes the jumbo package.
Quan Young coming on for Anna. And Go Fortum coming on for Timberview in the interior. The Anna Coyotes 1 foot from the end zone. Trailer now to the left of Zy Williams. 4th and goal. False start! A false start on Anna and a 5-yard penalty. It was the left side of the offensive line.
I believe that was number 57.
I think so too. Hayden Fleming, the freshman. Yep, you see him just stutter step his way inside a half a beat early. And the 5-yard penalty brings the football back outside the 5. It looks like Anna's going to keep the offense, though, on the football field. They will still go for it here on 4th and goal. 4 wides for Williams. End zone shot, single coverage, intercepted, and a lot of green grass to work with here for David Hall. Hall stutter steps his way across midfield right to the 50-yard stripe. A huge play from the UTSA commit, his 3rd interception of the year.
This is a guy that has clearly watched some tape. He knew exactly where that ball was going. Hill did not bite on anything. Unbelievable play. And boy, I tell you, Anna's lucky that that one didn't go back to the house.
Injury timeout on the field.
Zion Williams was one of a handful of Anna Coyotes that was giving chase to make sure that Devin Hill didn't bring that back to the house. Jacody Coleman said it to us earlier this week about Devin Hill, the 3-star UTSA commit, the senior. Nobody wants to throw at him. The interception in the end zone, he returns it out to the midfield stripe, and Timberview with a colossal defensive stop, and they earned every bit of that defensive stop, Heckma Harrison. Multiple stone walls of Ace Traylor and Jaden Parker in the interior, and then the interception after the false start.
Wow, Hill is as advertised. That's just a smart play by your cornerback. You see how he was waiting in space. He knew that corner route was coming. He just undercuts it. You see him right here. Look at him. He reads it perfectly, knowing that he has a guy coming into his zone. He was waiting on Ace Traylor. What a heads-up play.
YouTube comment of the year from Mark Alonzo. That DB was waiting for his Keurig to pour, waiting for that throw.
I like it. I like it.
He read that very, very well.
Yes, he did.
This is Colton Tucker, the junior left guard for Anna, that was one of a handful giving chase on David Hill on the return. Walking off under his own power. Good to see that he'll be okay. A high five for Braden Spinks as he walks by.
You need your defense to come up big right now.
Yeah, don't lose sight of the fact that the Anna Coyotes do still have the lead in this football game. But a golden opportunity now for Jacody Coleman's team. Stephen Hall spins out, gets away, looks downfield, can't get enough on it to get it to Tristan Shaw.
Well, he has some wide receivers running in space, but it's because of the pressure that's on him. Stephen Hall just isn't able to go off of maybe his first to second read. But if this offensive line ever gives him some time, he has some guys open on the seams.
2nd and 10 at midfield off the interception by Hill. Far side. Collins breaking a tackle. Look at Chance Collins go. First down inside the 35.
I mean, when you have a playmaker like that, I'm sorry. I don't care about you playing defense. Man, we need you right now on offense. This is just pure playmaking ability right here. Running through contact and picking up a very important first down.
Just a terrific first-round playoff game tonight. Hall looking deep, has him behind the defense. Oh, Tristan Shaw just too far.
Mike, I keep saying it. If they just give this kid some time, he has some receivers that are open in space, and this is a double team on the outside with Josiah Smith and Ryan Satsami.
Shaw, the UCLA commit, already has made a couple of big plays tonight, nearly had another one. 2nd and 10. They show pressure. The handoff, stumbling his way backward, but staying on his feet was Portley. Finally hog-tied and wrestled to the ground by 5 white jerseys after a loss of 5 on the play.
Wow, this defense for the Coyotes, man, they have had their work cut out for them this entire game. And now you have Zy Williams out here playing cornerback.
If you're enjoying this game, drop a comment in the YouTube feed. Hit the like button, hit the share button, send this feed around to your friends in the Texas high school football community, because this is about as good as it gets in the first round of the playoffs. 3rd and 14. Hall stepping up, evading the pressure, but now he can't get away. Shamar Boykins with the sack, and it's 4th down.
Oh, man, and again, this kid, Stephen Hall, trying to keep his eyes up the field. That's great coverage right there, but can't take that loss.
And now Shadrack Brown, the player down for the Mansfield Timberview Wolves. It will be 4th and 18. As Brown, the junior, being tended to by the athletic training staff.
And noticeably in pain.
Looks like it's the left leg of Brown that they are working on. he's going to hobble his way off the field, hardly putting any weight at all on that left leg. The big 6'4", 245-pound left tackle, one of 5 junior starters across the front for the Timberview offense.
Yeah, they're going to be really good next year at the offensive line.
Credit, though, to the Anna defense after the interception by David Hill. Backs against the wall a little bit in a crucial spot. They give up the 1 first down, but ultimately they make the stop. The sack on 3rd and long, and they force the punt from Timberview. Davis on to punt again. Good punt up the far side, and they're going to have a chance here to pin this one deep. Rolls inside the 10, hits a foot at the 8-yard line. Otherwise, it may have gone even farther.
Oh, that drives coaches crazy. When you just, come on, man, you got the roll. Get out of the way. As we see the kick again. And I'm thinking they're going to be pinned well.
It wasn't going to go much farther, but you might have gotten another yard or two out of that roll. Caught in the foot of Preston Stotts, the big defensive tackle, the defensive tackle for this Timberview defense.
Yes.
You know, when you're a sophomore in high school and you're 6'5",
yeah, he probably wears a 15-16 shoe.
1st and 10, handoff up the middle for Ace Trailer. Surges forward to the 13.
Well, this is an important drive for Anna. They have got to pick up some first downs here. Take off some of this clock, but also you got to score.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining. But yes, Anna in no hurry right now. A team that is certainly prone to play the hurry up. At present, with a 3-point lead on the road, eating some clock on this possession is just fine with Seth Parr. And sure enough, the play clock down to 7, 6, 5 as Zai Williams claps for the snap. The handoff to Trailer up the middle. That will be a face mask. Zai Williams turning around to the officials and saying, "Where's the flag for that?" as it comes flying past his head.
I mean, that says obvious of a face mask as you're going to get. And if you're going to pick up a first down, I mean, look, you don't want to pick it up like, you pick it up however you can. Let me just say that. But you don't want to get anybody hurt.
They walk it out to the 31-yard line. Set the sticks and wind the clock. Under 7 minutes to play in the 4th in a 3-point game. The Anna Coyotes trailed 15-14, trailed 18-14, scored a couple of touchdowns around halftime to lead 28-18, but now look at this run right up the middle. Trailer in a foot race. Collins gets shrugged off. Trailer running the snake around him to the 15-yard line.
I'll tell you what a break for Ace Trailer. Getting out in space, he's cutting on the Jets, and Chance Collins cuts him off. Face, the stiff arm, thinks he's cutting it back inside, cutting back outside. Boy, that's so frustrating for a defender.
Terrific work from Ace Trailer, the senior, and a big gain down to the 15-yard line.
Got to get points here, Mike. I think I'm throwing this ball. If I put it in the air, I'm throwing it to anybody except for a guy last name Hill.
Trailer again inside the 10. Anna with an opportunity to make it a 2-score game if they can find the end zone.
Stuck over here on this right hash. And again, Davin Hill, he's made the adjustment. He is going everywhere with Keyshawn Miles.
The run from Ace Trailer a moment ago, a 54-yard run to the 15. Tack on another 7 there, and it's 2nd down and 3 inside the 10. Under 6 to play. Williams all himself, following blockers, bouncing off of tacklers, diving. He was marked out of bounds at the 4.
At the 4. Wow, looked like he was closer than that. He's splitting defenders, trying to get to the end zone. That was a design run the whole way, and this is where I'm saying he's splitting defenders, but they catch him at the 4-yard line.
They do change the mark to the 3.
So that's first.
And more importantly than anything else, a first down for the Anacoyotes. 1st and goal at the 3. The last time they were down this close, Timberview stonewalled them 3 straight plays and then intercepted a pass in the end zone. This time, the handoff in the interior and the surge forward for a touchdown.
I was just about to say deja vu all over again, but no such thing. They're able to clock it and get the touchdown. How about that? Who knew Cash Williams was a running back?
Cash Williams, the defensive end, coming in and running it in. And it is indeed a 2-score advantage for Anna here in the 4th.
Great execution on that drive. All the way around, and great job also Seth Parr with play calling. Knowing to get Ace Traylor out in space, that defense was just keyed in on Zy Williams.
Mariquin for the PAT. It's up and through. 35-25. The Anacoyotes in control here in the 4th with a 2-score lead, but still a lot of time and 3 timeouts left for the Timberview Wolves in the first round of the playoffs on Friday Night Football.
Thanks for downloading the WFAA Plus app. The main page is a live stream of WFAA programming, and you can find on-demand stories as well. Just click a tab at the top of your screen and scroll down to find WFAA original programming.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
(35-25). The Anacoyotes with a 10-point lead midway through the 4th quarter. Can Timberview find an answer? Desmar Mariquin set to kick it away. Kicking with the wind once again and nuking this one to the end line for a touchback.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to return any kicks against this kid, man. What a boot.
That was one of the keys to tonight's game in the mind of Seth Parr. You see him there on your screen, the head coach for Anna. He said, we cannot kick the football to 23 and 10. Davin Hall, number 23, Tristan Shaw, number 10. The stud return men for the Timberview Wolves. They knew how dangerous they were. Mariquin pounding it into the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, they took that. They took those weapons away, and now defensively, you've got to make a stance, another stance for this Anacoyotes defense.
For Timberview, what do they need to do? You got to score twice here in a very short period of time.
Yeah, I mean, and they have the big play ability. Tristan Shaw has been wide open a lot. Hall just hadn't been able to hit him. I'm looking for 10 here. Number 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 25. Hall looking near side for Barnett. Oh. Did he make that catch?
Oh, man.
Yes, what a catch by Braylon Barnett.
Ow. Look at that, man. It's just like catching a loaf of bread. Hands extended, feet in. Come on now, that's pretty stuff.
Yeah, that's really well done. Seth Parr thought it was an incomplete. You saw him pumping his fist that it was not a catch, but yes, indeed, an 8-yard reception, 2nd down and 2. Hall coming this way again for Barnett. Another catch and a first down.
Peyton Israel Johnson in. Gonna close that space, and here we go again, up tempo, and we have a man open on the other side. Anna's gonna have to call timeout here.
They do indeed, as Anna was discombobulated. I think actually part of the problem is Brace Spinks is kind of hobbling his way to the near sideline, and he was trying to get out to that far side and be over top of a wide receiver, but looked like he was really favoring that right leg, that right foot perhaps, and he'll have to come off at least for a play or two.
Yeah,
a timeout there for Anna Heckma, perhaps saving a huge play.
Yeah, they saw it just in time, and I mean, they were trying to make substitutions as well, and if they didn't, Timberview was going to catch them out of position, or at least if they ran the ball to that side. They obviously didn't have enough men on that side of the field to defend it well.
So that's Anna's first timeout taken here in this second half. Timberview still with all three. First and 10 off the completion to Barnett.
Man to man.
Pressure. Hall just has to throw it away. Is that going to get a flag? Officials are conferring. Our far side line judge coming in to discuss with Xavier Velasquez. Are they going to drop a flag here? Nothing yet. I mean, coach is on the far sideline pointing to Chance Collins like he was in the vicinity, but they are going to drop the flag for intentional grounding.
Yeah, absolutely. Chance Collins isn't in that play. I'm sorry. And that's Stephen Hall running for his life. Just trying to throw that one away, and boy, costly.
Collins not nearly close enough to it to be considered the intended target. And because of the penalty, it's second down and 20. They need the 50-yard line to move the chains. Pressure coming again. Hall able to evade it. Pressured again and taken down. There's a flag in the backfield as well, as Boykins and Caden Banks come through. Banks finished him off for the sack. They'll decline the holding penalty, and it's going to be 3rd and a mile here for Timberview.
How did Josiah Smith miss? You see number 17 coming on the blitz. Oh, goes for the pump fake instead.
It was going to be a negative play regardless because of the hold. They still get to Hall, though, for the sack. And Michaelan Burnett looked hobbled there coming to the line of scrimmage here prior to 3rd and 20. High snap again. Over the middle for Barnett, knocked away. Israel Johnson with the PBU.
Yeah, he played that. And I'm telling you what, he gave up those two passes on those out routes, but a great job defending right there. I'm boxing you in. He didn't do the seatbelt. The guys usually they do the seatbelt deal, and then the thumbs down. Come on, man, you got to finish the whole deal.
Timberview is going to be forced to punt the football away, down 2 scores.
Oh, man.
4th and 20. But it still is worth asking, can you really afford to punt the football right now with as little time as there is left? Is a fake on the table here? No, Davis is indeed going to punt the football, and it's not going to go very far. It's going to barely get to the yard line they needed to. There's a flag back in the backfield. Is this going to be roughing the kicker or running into? Frustration for Bryson Bardroff as he comes back to the sideline. This could be a critical penalty. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. That is tantamount to a turnover for the Anna Coyotes, roughing the kicker on a 4th and 20, and Seth Parr is apoplectic.
You know, Mike, I don't know what that means, but I bet he's upset. You know, and I think with everything that's going on this entire game, Seth Parr is beside himself on a play like that.
Let's look at that one more time if we can, and you'll see 42, Bryson Bardroff coming off the right side, crashing into Miles Davis and pushed him down. But that's Seth Parr, I think, has at least got a case as to whether or not that should have been roughing. It's definitely running into at minimum, but it may not have needed to be a personal foul. They throw it up for Barnett, and he nearly got underneath it. Incomplete. And it's second down. Hall nearly pulled off a magic act there.
Wow. Personal foul. Roughing the... Wow. Personal foul. That's an interesting call.
It keeps Mansfield Timberview's hopes alive. Second down and 10. Anna showing pressure. Handoff for Hill. Looking for a seam. Surges forward. Flag on the play. As Hill is finally taken down at the 46, but this looks like it may be another hold on the Timberview offense. It looks like Seth Parr will accept the penalty.
Wow, what a call. Man, in a change of events, I think we were already questioning why you're punting on fourth down, even though it's 4th and 20. What a gift.
Robert Vandermeer in the YouTube comment says that's not roughing. Jim Valentine says can't believe a personal foul call there. Mark Alonso also with a fair point, unnecessary. Unnecessary to run into him in the first place and even risk that. Up 2 scores and basically in a position where you can salt it away. Look at Stephen Hall, not usually a runner, but making a man miss, dancing his way across midfield to the 40.
He's been disrespected all night long as a runner. The Coyotes defense, they didn't have anyone stay home for number 17.
1st and 10. Hall throws far side, miscommunication and an incompletion. He had 18 carries for 15 yards all season long coming into today.
Okay, so there's a reason for the disrespect.
Yeah, no, the scout was valid, okay. But my goodness, Stephen Hall scampering his way down the middle of the field for a crucial first down. And Timberview continues to keep their life support going. Hall over the middle, complete for a first down to Chance Collins.
Big pickup.
And assistant coaches screaming at players to get off the field. They're trying to run substitutes off.
They do.
They barely get off. 1st and 10, 3:30 to play. Hall spins away from pressure, fires over the middle, right on target for Burnett. Braylon Barnett down inside the 5, and a flag way after the play.
Yeah, I believe they may have a face mask as
it was late in the down at the very least.
Braden Spinks trying to get off the field.
And it is indeed a face mask. And Spinks collapses to the turf at the 14-yard line. He has been laboring all through this second half. Heck, he was the player that had to try and get off the field a little bit ago. There you see the face mask at the tail end of the down that drew the penalty that will walk the ball to the 3-yard line. But Spinks was the one that was trying to amble off earlier when they had to call the timeout, battling through it and was giving chase on that play, but banged up once again and just had to fall to the turf at the 14-yard line.
And going to halftime, I said it, Seth Parr's mission or statement to his team was going to be just simple. Guys, we're going to stop shooting ourselves in the foot and come out and play Anna football in the second half. And somehow, some way, on a roughing the punter, that may have opened the door again for the Wolves. Unbelievable play.
Spinks still being tended to. The 6-foot sophomore lying prone there at the 15-yard line. Surrounded by the training staff, it's hard to even get a look at what they're working on, but he is able to get back to his feet. That right leg, right foot, right ankle, whatever it is, his right wheel is not cooperating for him tonight, and he's been battling hard to stay out there on the field, but has to come off here.
Yeah,
another look as he stayed down after the play.
Yeah, it's not right. I don't know if it's the ankle or calf or what it is.
After all of that, it's 1st and goal at the 3. Timberview needs 2 scores in the last 3:21. They're 3 yards away from the first of those 2. Miles Davis back in at quarterback. He'll hand it off. Collins trying to come around the formation. A flag on the play. Collins surges forward to the goal line. He was very close, but it looks like the penalty is going to be on the offense. And it is.
And now Timberview with some mistakes here with 3:14 left in this ball game.
It will remain 1st down. 1st and goal from the 8. After the procedural penalty on the Timberview offense. The Anna crowd bringing it with the vuvuzelas once again. Trying to make things hard on this Timberview offense. Hall, handoff up the middle for Portley. Into the pile and nowhere to go.
Now they have been stout when they've needed to, both teams, when it's gotten down into the goal line. But man,
Timberview does not have the time to dilly-dally here. They need to get in the end zone and fast. Hall, end zone shot, double coverage, caught anyway.
Wow.
No, incomplete, out of bounds.
Wow.
And Chance Collins can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
Oh my.
Oh.
I think it's the right call. I think that foot's on the line.
Right foot on the line. Okay, that looked beautiful from my vantage point, but that was close.
Third and goal from the 7. If you don't score here, you can kick the field goal and kick an onside kick. A field goal does help you here. Davis is going to keep it himself, following student body left, but it gets stood up at the 4.
They got the ball.
Dan is saying they have the football, but he was whistled down at the 5-yard line. They stopped the play.
Oh my.
Jaden Parker came out with the football. Another look at it here.
Miles Davis, they got 2 guys there. That ball
still not out.
Still not out.
By now, they had definitely blown the whistle.
Yeah, whistle was done.
Yeah, that play was over. 4th and goal, they will kick the field goal here. They really should hustle and do it before the 2-minute timeout if they can. 5, 4, 3, 2.
2 minutes. They didn't do it. Wow.
They still have all 3 of their own timeouts remaining, which matters. And honestly, well, an onside kick isn't necessary to keep this game going. They'll certainly attempt one, but even if you don't recover it with the 3 timeouts you have left, you can get a 3-and-out stop and get the football back. But in this scenario, down 2 scores, every stoppage of the clock is valuable, and they just let one get by the wayside just barely.
So, I said it in the first half about the penetration that they got on the first field goal.
Yes.
That's something to note here.
Anna was all over it on the 21-yard field goal that Carlos Carmona hit midway through that second quarter. This one will be just a little bit longer as the ball sits at the 4. In fact, it may again be a 21-yarder depending on where they spot this football in the hold of Miles Davis. Are they going to go for it? They're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Why? Kick the field goal and the game continues. You don't have to have the touchdown right now. Davis is going to go for it. Time. Tries to run to the sideline, fires to the end zone. It's incomplete. Anna gets the defensive stop with $1:52 to play. Why?
Well, sometimes you have to live with the decisions you make. Coach Coleman decides to go for it here on 4th down instead of take the 3. And instead of going with Stephen Hall, he elects to let Miles Davis. Wow, what a stance by the Anna Coyotes defense.
Really impressive given the fact that they probably didn't expect that either.
No.
So Anna will take over. Again, Timberview does have all 3 timeouts left. This is not over. But now again, they need the 2 scores that they still needed a moment ago, and they could have just gotten one and made it a 1-score game. Trailer straight forward, and Timberview will call timeout immediately with 1:47.
Timeout, Coach. Timeout, Timberview.
Wow.
Timeout red. Timeout red.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And listen, Jacody Coleman has done a terrific job taking over this Timberview program, instilling his attitude and beliefs and structure within this Timberview program, coming over from Skyline, a program that he very quickly started to turn around in his 3 years there. But that's a decision that he's going to probably want back, because you just kick the field goal and make it a 1-score game, especially because you can kick a field goal only from so close, especially with a high school kicker in Carlos Carmona, who they feel like has got range to about 35 or 40. So you've got to be pretty close to the end zone to kick a field goal. You can, with Chance Collins and Braylon Barnett and Tristan Shaw and Jacoby Easter and all the talent that they have, you can score a touchdown from anywhere on the field. 1:47 to play. This thing is not over yet. If they can get a stop, and certainly if they could create some havoc here and strip the football, as Trailer is tripped up very quickly, and another timeout is hit. Nice tackle in the interior by Chapo Chavez. 1:41 to play.
That's a difficult decision to make for Coach Coleman. That's one that you said he's going to come back and he's definitely going to think about that decision. And let's just say this, Miles Davis had an opportunity to throw a strike and absolutely get into the end zone.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity. Great play call.
No, yeah, the play itself was fine, except for the fact that they didn't quite connect. And listen, if it had popped, you look like a genius. You caught him because everybody thought you were going to kick the field goal. Like I can at least see that part of it, of like, hey, can we catch him? Can we surprise him? That's the one piece of it that I can understand the logic of what Jacody Coleman was thinking there. That is a fair piece of the puzzle here. I still do think the right call would have been to kick the field goal, but it would have been a 21 or 22 yarder, only just a little longer than a PAT. They have to get a stop here on 3rd down and 6, or it is over. Williams with Parker to his left, lead blocking. Zy Williams trying to get the corner. Zy Williams has got the first down, and it's over. Zyandre Williams. When you need a play, that's the dude. First down, Anna, and the Coyotes can salt it away.
Yeah, that is what you call icing on the cake. And you knew exactly what Seth Parr was going to do. He wasn't going to hand that ball off. And this is design run. Look at them seal on the outside. They get Chapo, and that's just getting your playmaker in space. What a game. What a game.
The Anna Coyotes will go on the road and pick up a very impressive win. Timberview has one timeout remaining, but there is, of course, no real value to calling it. Anna will call one here as the play clock was about to expire. But Zy Williams can dance his way into the second round. That's a young man who has some experience winning playoff games. The state championship back in 2023. A year ago, they went 3 rounds deep before a just heartbreaking 52-49 thrilling loss to Lovejoy in the regional semis. Tonight, they come on the road against a very good Mansfield Timberview football team and get an impressive win.
Yes, I tell you, they battled on both sides. I think defensively, even with the miscues and some of the mistakes they made, when they needed to come up big, they did. And man, this has been an excellent football game, and it came down to the wire. It's just, no matter how you look at it, it's just some decisions maybe you'll come back and look at and say, maybe we could have done that different. But, I think for Timberview, this is a program that if you start thinking about their future, they have a sophomore quarterback, and they have 5 junior offensive linemen.
Oh, yeah.
And they're loaded. They have a ton of Tristan Shaw, their receiver that's committed to UCLA. He's going to come. He's
Barnett
back.
as well.
Barnett as well. So
that kneel down will do it, though, for the Anna Coyotes. And Zyandre Williams and Anna are on to the second round. 35-25 the final. The Coyotes to the area round.
What a battle. This was a battle, and that young man right there, I said it, I think it was in the first quarter, I said, when was he going to go in the phone booth?
Yep.
And put his cape on. He came out, he passed the ball plenty, but when they needed a play, he made it.
Zyandre Williams is fired up after that win. 35-25 the final. 8 of 16 passing for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns. 9 more carries for 61 more yards. Ace Traylor leading the way on the ground, 15 for $119 rushing for the Anna Coyotes. And they win at 35-25, the final score. We got to hit a quick break because we got to hustle our way through postgame. We've got Friday Night Football 5th quarter coming up in 5 minutes. We'll step aside and come back fast with your player of the game and play of the game.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkus. Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Hey, I'm Jason. And I'm the other Jason. We're the co-hosts of Yolitics, the unofficial political podcast of Texas.
So each week we invite on change makers for cold beer and candid conversations into the issues really affecting Texans.
Yeah, and we're bringing in diverse viewpoints so you get to listen and really understand.
This is solid information and a deep dive you're not going to get anywhere else.
Not to brag,
But just to brag a little bit.
okay, a little. We've been trending and making headlines.
Plus, we have more than 1 million downloads.
And still counting.
Here's tonight's Friday Night Football Play of the Game, sponsored by the Children's Health Andrews Institute.
This whole sequence could have been our play of the game. The defensive line stand, the goal line stand from the Timberview Wolves defense, but this interception from Davin Hill, the senior, was spectacular, and he brought it all the way back to midfield. This sequence, Heckma, was terrific. 3 straight stops deep inside that 5-yard line, and then the interception from Hill. That was really the play that kept Timberview in the football game for as long as they were. It was still 28-25 at that point.
Yeah, he read it perfectly, stayed in his zone, and what a fantastic play by a guy that's going to play some big-time college football.
Davin Hill on his way to UTSA. One more look at it here. A sensational interception, high pointing the football over Hayes' trailer for the pick. But it was still the Anna Coyotes that came away with the win.
And now, the Texas de Brazil on fire player of the game.
And this young man is why the Anna Coyotes won the football game. Zyandre Williams, 3 touchdown passes on the night. This one went for 44 yards to Cormont Houston, one of 2 hookups for these two on the day. He also threw one to Bray Spinks that was a sensational throw in the second quarter. And Anna gets a 35-25 win thanks to Zyandre Williams, 192 passing yards and 3 touchdowns and 71 more yards on the ground.
Yeah, the young man came out and he talked about being on fire. That is the way that he played. He led these guys to this victory. It really just doesn't get any better than that. I tell you what, Anna is going to be difficult to contend with.
Second round as they celebrate with that by-district round championship trophy. They hope that they're going home later this fall, late in the fall. Jaden Parker fired up. They're hoping that they finish the fall with 5 of those gold ball trophies.
Thanks so much,
and
ladies.
a state
That's
championship
the cheer squad
trophy
from South Grid
in Arlington, just
Thank
15 miles up the
bringing
road. In just a little bit's time.
Well, tell Seth Parr that it's not you, okay?
That's exactly right. Seth Parr, if you're watching this back tomorrow morning, I'm no longer the jinx, my man. You guys have won a game on Friday Night Football.
It's not you, Mike.
This poor dude lost a couple of heartbreakers on our air, man. 42-40 in quadruple overtime against Salina a few years ago. And then, oh my goodness, one of the games of the year on our air at Prosper Walnut Grove. They were up 21, 38-17 before Walnut Grove scored 28 unanswered to come back and win that one. Tonight is Anna's night, and the Coyotes for the first time ever have won on Friday Night Football. And that young man right there, Zyandre Williams, said it once, I'll say it again. He is that dude. He's sensational.
No, just an incredible player. And I love the patience that he played with. He knows that he's a playmaker. He knows that the defense is keying in on him. His ability to stay patient and make sure that he can pick up extra yards. How many times did you see that happen here tonight? Absolutely, just a leader. Love the way this young man has played. Doesn't matter if it's 4A football or 5A football. He's getting it done. Wow. This is, I thought he was out for a little bit with the back injury, but he
battled through that as well.
Yeah, he overcame it.
Really, really impressive performance from the Anna Coyotes tonight to knock off a terrific Timberview team. You started to say this as we were kind of wrapping up the game itself. Timberview's future looks very bright under Jacody Coleman.
Yeah, it does. And I think, with the offensive line that he has, that young, very young quarterback. But Stephen Hall, man, just an offseason and a spring ball for him. He's just 15 years old. This kid is going to mature and obviously grow a few inches as well.
When it's all said and done, it is a 35-25 win for the Anna Coyotes, and they move on to face Amarillo Paladuro in the second round. 3 touchdown passes for Ziondre Williams in the win. A 35-25 win for the Coyotes, and they are moving on. Our director, Clay Marshall, our digital coordinator, Paul Wedding and Jay Wallace, our photographers, Graham Rayner and Cody Pryor, Heckma Harrison alongside. I'm Mike Leslie. Yes, the Anna Coyotes get the win on Friday Night Football, and on to the second round they go. We'll see you on the 5th quarter in a couple minutes. Good night.